This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Must be Monday. I'm moving kind of slow. I'm feeling down. Must be Monday now, baby. Turn on my radio. I need some sound. I need the greatest morning show in town. Ooh, to help me get another rotten Monday off the ground.
What's today? Monday? Recovery Monday.
Monday?
Oh, already?
Where'd the time go?
What do you mean Monday?
I hate Mondays.
Where'd the time go?
Mondays are the worst.
Oh, I hate Mondays.
So begins another wonderful work week.
Wake up, El Paso. Buzz Adams is back.
Okay. Are you done?
Let's get back to work. Showtime.
Only on 95.5 KLAQ. Here's a topic today that only the brave will want to take part in.
What does that mean?
BuzzFeed shared a list of things that people say it took them way too long to figure out. Things you learned embarrassingly late. That carrot cake is really made with carrots. Wait, is it or isn't it?
It is.
It is actually made with carrots.
I believe so.
I've seen some of them that put actual carrots in it.
Yeah. What else would you use?
Carrot flavoring? Right.
I'm not even sure they have that.
Oh, I think they have a flavoring for everything.
Yeah, okay, good point.
People on social media are sharing things that they learned about, quote, embarrassingly late in life.
Almost like I was today years old when.
TIL.
Yeah.
Or today I learned. I've never heard someone say Yosemite aloud. I've been reading it as Yosemite.
Like
Wait,
Yosemite? Yosemite Sam? Are you thinking of Yosemite Sam?
And then a former president goes on and calls it that, so it confirms it to you. Yeah, that's how you say it.
Well, they said they'd never heard anybody say the word out loud.
When they gaze upon Yosemites, towering sequoias.
See, if there's one thing that's disqualifying, Trump has obviously never seen a Bugs Bunny cartoon with Yosemite Sam, or he would know how to pronounce Yosemite.
When they gaze upon Yosemites, towering sequoias.
Look, you have anti-Semites and you have Yosemites.
And then the sequoias kind of threw him off. And too many words.
How do you say hi to a Jew in the hood? Yosemite.
Oh, my God. In the hood.
Here's what somebody else wrote on BuzzFeed. I once accidentally shouted, "I love necrophilia" during a class in 10th grade. I just read a book about a young teenage necromancer, and I got the words mixed up. Meant to say, I love necromancy. Instead, I said, I love.
Both are bad.
I mean...
Necrophilia is a little worse.
Necromancer is like wizardry, right?
That brings you back from the dead.
Oh, is
it's
that
like
what
usually
it means?
Dark wizards who can bring you back from the dead, yeah.
I mean, one is definitely way worse than the other, so...
If anybody...
Wait, what's worse? literally bringing back somebody from the dead or just banging somebody who's dead?
Probably
Banging somebody.
I don't know the
Is
evil
worse.
you need to bring somebody back.
Well,
Yeah, but you would need
EMTs and
consent.
emergency room doctors technically bring people back to life
That's a good point.
all the time.
Not with
Jesus came
necromancy.
Jesus came back to life, so.
That might have been necromancy. I'm not sure about that one.
If anybody is willing to share, you can maintain your identity. We won't bust you on the air or anything, but
I'm
you can
sure
send it a message.
Once you keep going down this list, one of them is bound to relate to me.
Okay, so there's this one I found out just recently.
This is a personal anecdote.
one. And Joanna, I want you to look this up.
Okay.
I was today years old when I found out that harvest mice crawl inside flowers to eat the pollen, and then they sometimes fall asleep inside the flowers.
They fall asleep in the flowers, and the photos are so cute.
Have you seen this before?
I have.
Buzz?
No.
Look up harvest mice.
In flowers. And they look so gosh darn
So these
cute.
mice climb into the flowers, eat the pollen, and then they just sometimes pass out.
Oh my God.
And then, like, the pollen is, like, all over them. It's
That is kind of adorable, isn't it?
so freaking cute.
Is this real?
Yes.
Yes.
I never heard of such a thing.
You were today years old.
Look how cute they are in the flowers.
You guys are talking about the things I learned. You know, I didn't know a little while, maybe a couple of years ago, that Amarillo, Texas, actually means yellow. and I know Spanish, and I didn't know it was Amarillo, yellow Texas. Weird.
And I speak Spanish.
So I know Spanish.
Well, when you pronounce it Amarillo, there's no Spanish speaker who's going to think
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
I thought roadside memorials were actual graves. Wrote somebody. Somebody else said, Joanna, let everybody know about the app chat, because if somebody doesn't want their voice on the radio, they could always drop you a little line on the app chat.
Yeah, if you have something to add to the show, you can always send us a message in the app chat. That's on the free KLAQ mobile app, and all you got to do is tap app chat.
Somebody writes, in my 20s, I thought there was just red wine and white wine. I tried to order white wine. I was confused when the waiter asked which one.
Dude, me too. I didn't know there was different types.
I don't know the difference between a Chardonnay and a Pinot Grigio.
Right.
Oh, Chardonnay is a little dry.
Merlot.
It's a little drier.
I don't know the difference between a Merlot and I don't know.
All I know is white wine gives me a terrible hangover.
Yeah, and red wine?
Red wine is good.
Well, Cabernet Sauvignon is drier than the Merlot. It's going to have less legs, when you switch it around.
I don't like the taste of it.
All of that sounds legit. Like, are you some sort of wine enthusiast on the weekends that we don't know about?
Who, Nico? No.
I have to put up with Buzz's whining all the time.
Somebody said that they were a grown adult before they figured out that a quart is a quarter of a gallon. We all knew that, right?
A quart is a gallon?
I think I learned at one
quarter
point.
of a gallon.
A quart is a quarter of a gallon, yeah.
Yeah, don't you have to learn that in school at some point?
Yeah.
Like your measurements and stuff? God, how many times did I hear as a student in grade school, right on through high school, I don't know why we're teaching you this. By the time you're in the workforce, we'll have gone to the metric system.
I haven't.
Still have not.
Those teachers underestimated how stubborn Americans can be about certain things.
Americans will use anything but the metric system.
Oh, you know what I did also learn the other day? So I had to tighten some bolt, and I got a wrench.
Did you have to do righty-tighty, lefty-loosey?
That's not the thing I learned today was. But I learned that, did you know screwdrivers, the handles of screwdrivers can actually go through those, the circular part of the wrench that has teeth in it, and it can actually, I forgot who I'm talking to. No, I forgot who I'm talking to, and the reason
I know basic.
No, you don't.
I know
you absolutely
basic tool.
You don't even know basic tools.
Yes, I do. I know the difference
Guys who are
between a
listening,
flathead and a Phillips head.
That's as much as Buzz knows about any handiwork, guys. Whoever's listening to us and thinks, "Oh, Nico, you're bringing me to." So at the other end of a wrench, there's like a circle that has teeth in it. that's used to also twist sometimes. But
Yes.
you can put a screwdriver through the handle, and that helps you get torque on the screwdriver.
So the wrench is used on the screwdriver, and the handle of the screwdriver fits through the hole in the wrench?
Yeah, so a screwdriver buzz is used
I know what a screwdriver is. It's vodka and orange juice.
Joanna,
Joanna,
the least handy person I have ever met in my life.
For sure.
As somebody who is claimed to grow up on a farm, he can do nothing around the house.
I know how to vaccinate cattle, though.
That's great, Buzz.
Okay, how long did you have that thing? Well, first of all, you had a dartboard that took forever until I finally put it up. But don't you have a golf thing? Was it a golf dartboard as well, or?
Yeah.
And Buzz I had moved out by this point, and Buzz was like, "Can you come over and please put it up?" And I guess I hadn't come over, and for weeks he was telling me to please put it up, please come put it up.
Let's hear from some of these other people who are not me, talking about embarrassing things they did not know. I recently learned that POWMIA wasn't pronounced phonetically Palmia.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Palmia.
If you went up to somebody who was like, "Are you a Palmia? Do you know anybody who's a Palmia?"
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Hey, I was noticing your Palmia flag.
Oh.
I thought the term birthday suit meant an outfit you're literally supposed to wear on your birthday.
Oh.
Well, they're not wrong. It was a suit you wore on your birthday. Your first one.
I think we get the slang of birthday suit.
Look, we're teaching people things today. Abby says, "Oh my God, a quart is a quarter of a gallon." Had no idea. Please continue this segment so I can continue getting smarter.
Don't ask me about pints. I don't know how that works out. Like, how many pints are in a quart?
How many pints are in a quart?
I don't know.
I just know a pint is
Now, here's one.
2 cups.
And I want everybody to be honest here.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote about things that they learned embarrassingly late in life. They said that Rhode Island isn't an island. I learned that at 53 years old. What do you mean Rhode Island isn't an island?
Well, it's a peninsula. It's not an island.
But it's not an island.
So then it should be Rhode Peninsula.
But it's not.
Did it used to be?
Okay, I used to think it was an island. And then it's in like that part of the United States where everything is just so, like the little states are small. And
They're just all cramped together.
They're cramped
kind of bunched
together.
up. Yeah.
So I just thought, oh, it's an island.
Joanna, did I ever tell you my ex-girlfriend used to live in Providence, Rhode Island?
You have mentioned, yes.
Okay, I don't know if I told you that before.
Abe says, when I was a kid, I thought Buzz was the owner of KLAQ.
I was today years old when I found out.
Marco says, I thought the textbook company Hill McGraw was owned by Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. I've been telling people that for years, and they never bothered to fact check it.
That's so random.
That's hilarious. Okay, so Rhode Island has multiple, it does have islands part of it.
But the main part of it is not technically an island.
It is not an island, no.
Those liars. Maybe they thought it was an island, like their map making was so poor back in those days that originally they thought it was an island? Is that a possible explanation?
It's almost like a delta. Like it has several rivers and
Wasn't there a
islands
show
around
called
there.
like How the States Got Their Names? I should go back and watch that.
What little I do know about Rhode Island is mostly Family Guy based. I feel
Yeah,
like.
right.
quahog.
You know what a quahog is?
It's a clam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've eaten many a clam up there.
Joanna, did you know that a quahog
I learned
is
that from Family Guy.
Yeah, from Family Guy.
Do you know how many clams I've eaten when I went to Providence? At least
your girlfriend.
At least one.
God, I wanted to say it, but I didn't.
We have infected you like a zombie virus, Joanna. You are so sweet,
You
and
guys
you would
gave
never
me,
say
like,
anything.
rabies.
Yeah. It's like you've got jerk rabies from us. I thought cattle was a separate species of cow until like grad school.
Hey, look at those cattle. Oh, you mean those cows? No.
Now, did you know that there are many different varieties? Like the most, the brown.
How many can you know? I'm going to do a ding. How many can you name? How many? Because apparently you grew up on a farm.
Hereford, Chalet, Brahma,
Angus.
Wow.
Angus, yeah. We mostly had Herefords.
Hefsteins. I don't know if that
I haven't done this in a long time. Longhorn.
Oh, wow.
We had the Charlet are mostly white. Then there's Guernsey, Jersey. Those are milk cows for the most part, I believe. I'm kind of pretty much running
out of steam. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
I didn't know there were that many cows.
We mostly had Herefords. We'd have some Charlet every now and then.
Joanna, in Rocco's Modern Life, who was Rocco's best friend?
Hef.
Oh, Hef. Yeah, that's right.
Heifer.
If you want to continue sharing, I like the ones that apparently Joanna got a really good one just now. Can you share that with us?
Our friend Biani says, I thought narwhals were mythical until I saw a taxidermied one at the Tulsa Aquarium 5 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, that's hilarious because even if I saw...
I thought so too.
Yeah, if you saw a narwhal taxidermy, you'd think, oh, that was made up like the jackalope. That was some dude who got two animals.
Wow, this lived in the time of dinosaurs.
Yeah. Big horns, these narwhals. Unicorns of the sea.
I guess I knew they existed, but it seems like the kind of thing you'd have to really see to believe.
I only found out when Linux released one of their distros as Narwhal. And then I was like, what? I had to look it up.
Happy Thanksgiving from the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
You may receive up to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Oh, guess who this is?
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
They did a parody of Adam Levine on Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live came back.
Oh, how was it?
For the good. I mean, they had a bunch of new cast members. Mm-hmm. There are some featured players that they moved up to the main cast.
Oh, nice.
Cecily Strong was not seen, and also she wasn't in the intros, but she never announced. Cecily Strong is one of my favorites on that show.
Incredible.
Have you ever seen when she does the drunk girl you wish you had and started talking to at a party?
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite characters of all time.
Buzz has a big crush on her.
Oh, yeah, and I think she's super hot.
Adorable.
But she wasn't one of, a lot of people did leave.
And she was not on the list.
She was not on the list of people announced they're leaving.
No.
What it looks like is maybe Cecily Strong is doing another project. That's why Pete wasn't on much last season, because he was doing all the stuff
Kim,
that you see.
doing
Kim.
Doing Meet Cute.
He had a stand-up Netflix special and another movie.
It was good, but it was really kind of, well, look, it had a cold open. As always, the first bit was a parody game show, then a parody commercial, then music. It was not all that.
Miles Teller was the host.
Miles Teller did good in the opening segment. He played Peyton Manning.
Nice.
It was okay.
All of the new cast members for Saturday Night Live, I believe, are stand-up comedians or have stand-up backgrounds.
And you said you know one of them?
I don't know him well, but I met him at a comedy festival and hung out with him at a comedy festival.
Michael Goodfellow?
Michael Longfellow.
Yeah.
He's 28. He's from Arizona.
Awesome.
He got to do a whole, he's one of these, kind of like Pete Davidson. When Pete Davidson started out, it's just like, well, we haven't settled on any character. You're going to, I think, eventually Pete did Chad, which was a big hit, but what they would do is let him do a spot on the Weekend Update with Yost and Michael Che.
And basically
work some of his stand-up into a commentary. So that's what it looks like they did with Michael Oddfellow. Longfellow. But the game show parody they did was forget what.
What's up with that?
No. It was like send a normal DM. So they were given all the celebrities, one of whom was Adam Levine.
Just send a normal DM.
It's like, hey, Adam, I'm a big fan of your band. All you have to do to win $100 million is send a normal DM. And it's like, that body is absurd. So this is kind of based on Adam Levine's scandal because he was DMing like an Instagram or YouTube model. Instagram model. By the way, he's married to a Victoria's Secret model. And the way Nico put up a bunch of pictures of me, but with Adam Levine's comments. So it's me like in a t-shirt with barbecue stains on it. He's like, my gut sticking out. He's like, that body is absurd.
Absurd.
First of all, I didn't do that. Listener Joe did from the fan chat.
No. Joe's really good and quick.
And two, it's
awesome.
not. It's the one where you're wearing your like Turkish robe and a fez, and
that's what it was.
And your two glasses. That body is insane.
All right, you ready to play? Is this cheating?
Absolutely.
Ready.
So I guess Adam Levine's like, I can DM and say all kinds of suggestive stuff and ask for nudes, but that's not cheating.
Did he ask for nudes?
If a body's absurd, I think you got to ask for nudes if you're Adam Levine, right? So I'll throw out a few things here. You would think we all agree on what constitutes cheating in a relationship, but maybe we don't. Thousands of people took an online poll that asked them if different things count as cheating or not. So I'll give you the thing, and you tell me if you consider it cheating, and then I'll tell you what the people who responded to the poll said. Okay.
All right.
Kissing someone on the cheek.
No way.
No, not cheating.
Close.
Final answer.
73% think kissing on the lips is definitely cheating, but only 7% say that a kiss on the cheek is cheating.
Yeah. Do you know where we live, where most people greet each other with a kiss on the cheek?
Mwah.
God, that 6% must be crazy.
I know, right?
You kiss somebody on the cheek?
Girl.
Okay, how about this? And I guess this applies any kind of committed relationship, whether you're married or not, right?
Okay, yeah.
Scrolling through Tinder when you're bored, but not messaging anyone.
Okay, but like
cheating or not cheating?
If you're already in a relationship,
why do you have Tinder?
Tinder, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's like one of the things that's an age-old tradition. You delete your Tinder account as soon as you're in a relationship,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
If you don't delete your Tinder, in your mind, you're not really in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's just a game. I just like to see what people are here and just, scroll through them.
Although I do know couples who are like, let's scroll together and like rate people on it.
Oh, really?
Oh, have you ever seen on a dating site when it's a couple and they're looking for a third?
Not too long ago, I had a Bumble, and you would be amazed at how many people in this area are looking for a third.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Also,
but they're always looking for the third to be another woman.
Yes, but I don't know what I put on my profile. I didn't put anything on my profile that said, hey, I'm looking to be your third. Or as they called it, a unicorn.
Would you like to be our unicorn? Maybe it's a furry convention.
And I was like,
All right,
no, thank you.
So let me get your answer. Scrolling through Tinder when you're bored, but not messaging anyone. Cheating?
Cheating.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
cheating.
Why do you have Tinder?
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's cheating.
That just opens doors.
Cheating. Final answer.
It does, exactly.
Yeah.
47% said yes, that's cheating. That sounds a little low to me.
But wait, what's the other? Yeah, I mean, no.
I guess 53% said it's not cheating. Okay. I don't know if they have a
the other or
yeah. So I'm just going to assume
indifferent.
Maybe.
I would think 47% of people would think if you even have the app on your phone.
Yeah, it's a trick question. I think it's a trick.
Well, okay. What about people who have the app but get together and just forget to delete it?
That's the type of thing that a girl would be like, I want to know if you would do this, and then she would catch you. She'd be like, but you shouldn't even have a Tinder. That's like.
Sorry, I had it before. Like, you had one before,
I
too,
don't think you can have one if you're married. I don't think they let you. No. I don't think you, like, there's somehow a way that they can find out if you're married. I don't know if it's Tinder, but if it's.
No, you can definitely.
No, it's not Tinder. It's not Tinder. It's.
Ashley Madison.
It's, Match. No, it's Match.
Match.
Sorry, not Tinder.
Match?
Yeah. Match. You have to, like, prove
remember
you're not
the
married.
OG dating profiles?
Yeah, back in the day.
Match.com.
Match.com.
All right, let me give you another one. You tell me if it's cheating or not. Hugging someone very closely and slowly.
No.
Hugging someone very closely and slowly.
That's the only way to hug for me.
Cheating?
No.
Nico, cheating?
No, that's how I hug.
It's a hug.
14%.
Are you supposed to do it real fast? Like, get over here.
I'm not a hugger. You know this about me. I'm just not a hugger. I mean, I will definitely.
That's why I do them extra slow and long to you.
Only 14% said that they think hugging, even if it is close and slow, is cheating. So you guys are in the majority on that one. Sending someone else revealing photos. So it could be a nude or a D-pic or.
What if it's your doctor?
Like a thirst. No, we're not talking about your doctor. Okay, we're talking about
somebody else, not your significant other.
Yeah, but what if my doctor's hot?
Then your doctor's like, I didn't ask for these.
Yeah, but could you just give me your opinion?
Revealing photos, Megan.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
Well, you are definitely in the majority on this one. 94% said that's cheating.
Yeah, that seems.
I'm sorry, I accidentally sent this to.
What if you get sent a nude from your ex?
Well, then that's not your fault.
And you're like, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, then that's not your fault.
Delete it
He's
immediately,
obviously
or
drunk right now.
Or you save it to your fake calculator file, a thing where you put it in there and it looks like
Girls don't need fake calculator apps, okay? That's just for us.
We don't want to look.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, Megan.
Oh my gosh, what?
There's a fake app where you can store pictures and it's a calculator, but when you type in the right code.
Yeah, you have to type in the right numbers, and then otherwise it functions as a perfectly usable calculator.
What? I didn't know about this.
And you put all your nude photos or whatever.
You can put any photo.
Okay, yeah, but the app clearly was meant to contain a receptacle for photos that you don't want your significant other to find. That's what it's all about. But yet 94% said sending revealing photos is cheating. Giving someone a massage.
Wait. I want to take this back to the other one. Isn't also sending non-revealing photos cheating?
I'm sure some people would consider that.
Yeah, probably.
Just sending photos of me to you?
It's definitely crossing a line, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would depend. It would depend.
Like if some guy's like, hey, girl, send me a pic.
Just a pic of you.
Of you, right now.
That's also, I think, not okay.
Are you ready for the next one?
Ready.
Giving someone a massage.
What if it's your profession?
Topless or?
Hard or soft?
This just says.
Is there oils involved?
Shiatsu?
I don't think so.
Because I have a crick in my neck and it's really.
Well.
Are there candles on?
It says no matter what the context is. So either a quick shoulder rub at work or the whole Megillah.
Yeah,
with candles and oils.
Like a quick shoulder rub?
Okay, well, 22% of people out there say whatever it is cheating.
22% like, whatever it is.
I feel like context is needed.
Context is needed for sure with that one.
I'm also a shoulder rubber sometimes, so.
You're kind of a creep, aren't you?
No, just one of my many quirks.
Hooking up with someone else when you're on a break in your relationship.
Have we learned nothing from Ross?
And Rachel.
Rachel.
Oh, didn't he have a baby?
We were on a break. Yeah.
Not cheating.
That's not cheating. You're on a break.
You're on a break.
You're on a break.
That's
we were on a break.
Sacred excuse.
Hey, we were on a break.
Also, why are you on a break? Just either call it quits or not.
Oh, Joanna, that's a whole different discussion, all right?
32% of people said if you hook up with somebody else, even if you're on a break, that's cheating. But another 35 said it's kind of a gray area.
Maybe you need to set some rules before you go on the break.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Hey,
we're not hooking up with anyone.
Yeah, you got to set some. You got to be on the same page, I guess.
Yeah.
Sharing a bed with someone, but you don't do anything else. Let's say there was some mix-up with your travel plans, and you and a female colleague, and it's like, let's just we're just going to sleep on the bed. Cheating?
No.
Oh, guess you would, people would say, you're never going to guess, I ended up having to share a bed with Rachel from
accounting.
From accounts.
Wait, why can't she take the floor?
No, you would take the floor.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nico's like, could you sleep on the floor?
Would you mind?
My girlfriend is not okay with it.
Sharing a bed? Not cheating according to Megan?
No.
Only 17% said it's cheating, so.
Yeah.
Telling someone, I would totally hook up with you if I was single.
No.
Dang.
That's not cheating. I would totally hook up with you.
I don't think that's cheating. I think it's not great, but I don't think it's cheating.
I guess because they're not acting on it. They're just
right. That's true.
Yeah, it's not great.
I guess technically saying it is not cheating technically.
I feel like it's laying the groundwork for maybe some kind of future.
Yeah,
sure, but not
swing around or something.
Who hears it?
A little foreplay, but it's not.
A little foreplay.
Okay, it's not full cheating.
35% say that counts as cheating.
How awkward is it to be the person who hears that? Like, this guy would cheat on me, and you're like, oh, I don't see it that way.
If you were single, you would do me.
I know, would not bang
if I were single.
That's a creepy.
But you're not, so why?
Here's a good one. Hanging out with an ex without telling your current partner.
Boom, right there. That's the key word right there. You're not telling your partner.
Yeah,
that's already sus right there.
Yeah, that's sus, and that's crossing a line. If it's an ex, I feel like
a person you've already
I wouldn't love that.
Done it with.
Right, exactly. Seen him naked and...
Exactly.
You're such a romantic.
Well, guess what? Only 34% think that's definitely cheating.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say no. I'm going
to say yes.
I don't know.
What? You're hanging out with an ex?
Yeah, but
then
you're
why
not,
don't you tell the other person?
Because maybe you knew that maybe you knew your current girlfriend's crazy or something, and then she would just flip
then you
out.
shouldn't be hanging out with your ex if you know your current girlfriend is crazy.
Okay,
but then maybe I'm good friends with my ex.
Yeah.
Then tell your girlfriend that
but
you're
my girlfriend's crazy.
Don't go.
I want to hang out with my friend.
This isn't just your friend. This is an ex.
This is your ex.
Sometimes you're great friends with your ex.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, let me get through a couple of these real quick. Watching porn, only 8% said that's cheating.
By yourself?
I thought
watching porn
ex.
by yourself.
Oh,
no.
With like somebody else.
Sliding into someone else's DMs.
Adam Levine.
It's not cheating, but it's cheating adjacent.
62% say that's cheating.
Yeah, I guess it's like texting another person.
Wait a minute. You're all right with somebody sleeping in the same bed as a member of the opposite sex, but if they slide into your DM,
don't do it.
And finally, and this one's a little speculative, your partner has been in a coma for months and might never wake up. You sleep with someone. Is that cheating?
Yes.
Your partner's already been in the coma for months. Yeah, but
my partner should die with me.
I think that's cheating.
They're definitely on the bench. They're not dead, but
they're
cheating.
Totally not dead yet.
And
it just doesn't look right on you. Like your partner's dying and you're over there banging.
So do you remember the actress Amy Smart? No?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was in an episode of Scrubs, and they called her the tasty coma wife because she had a husband who was in a coma who would show up and Zach Braff and Donald Faison would say, "Hey, there's tasty coma wife," and she ends up hooking up with JD. in the same room as her husband.
Oh, that's wrong.
We are cheaters. Bum, 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 bum.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. Oh, with Autogroup.com. Than 800 vehicles to choose from because Viva makes it happen. Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Today's National Onion Day.
Hey.
And Outback Steakhouse is offering customers a free bloomin' onion appetizer.
Bloomin' onions.
Love those bloomin' onions.
So good.
Wait.
Question. Does El Paso still have an Outback Steakhouse?
Oh, that's a good question.
I was just thinking about this.
Because I just got a gift card for my birthday to Outback Steakhouse, but I don't know if we have Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Where is it? It's got to be on the east side, right? Yeah. How far?
Las Palmas Marketplace.
It's by Tinseltown. I think it's the old one.
Yeah, where Tinseltown is, right in front of it, I think.
Yeah, it's the old one. That's always been there.
Next to BJ's?
Yeah.
BJ still exists?
You just like saying it.
Hey, what are you in the mood for, BJ's? Ask me what I'll be in the mood for tomorrow.
BJ's.
BJ's again.
We had a BJ's in Ohio.
I was just watching a video of how they make the bloomin' onions, and they have a machine that cuts the onions in half, cores out the middle, and then they dunk it in like a river of batter.
Fry it up.
Yeah.
Outback Steakhouse is offering customers a free bloomin' onion appetizer if you dine in today.
Boom! Know what we're doing for lunch.
It's one per table, not per person, so everybody can't get their own bloomin' onion. It's one bloomin' onion for the table.
Okay.
Will you take me for lunch today?
I got a busy day ahead of me, buddy.
On his birthday.
Yeah, will you take me to lunch on your birthday, please?
Do you want to find out about National Onion Day itself?
Sure.
Kind of.
All right.
Let's peel back the layers.
Me again, how you would tell your girlfriend what onion is in Spanish?
Onion.
That's what my mom and I
Now,
call it.
use it in a sentence, please.
You quiere, you want onion?
That's how my mom and I call it now. We go, dame el onion.
National Onion Day was established by the National Onion Association to honor onion farmers, shippers, packers across the United States. It celebrates yellow onions, sweet onions, red onions.
Red onion. Oh.
Pearl onions.
Pearl onion.
But not shallots.
Not scallions.
Screw the shallot.
But anyway, if you dine in today, your table can get a free bloomin' onion appetizer from Outback Steakhouse, which we have one more of.
Okay, I honestly can't believe you have that story.
Which one?
That was part of my news nugs.
The laxative effect?
The onion?
Yeah, the laxative effect.
What is this? I saw this, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, so I have heard of the laxative effect, but I thought it was specifically had to do with bookstores.
Yes.
The Barnes & Noble laxative effect I've heard about,
for years now.
For years now, right.
Nico's news. Good. Yeah, man, it's not really news.
Yeah.
Let me get the call first. And oops. Do you know what Diana was going to say her comfort movie was?
No.
Oh,
sorry,
back.
Diana. Call back, yeah.
Do stores like TJ Maxx and Target have a laxative effect? Now, I've never heard about it with these other stores, but with Barnes & Noble, I've heard about it. And also, I think it might have started like in Japanese culture. People go into bookstores and have an overwhelming urge to do a number 2 that they didn't have before they walked into the store, right?
To do it too.
Yeah.
It is apparently very, very common. Online, thousands and thousands of people are commenting, putting their own 2 cents in, saying, yeah, every time I go to this store or that store. Now, they're saying it's TJ Maxx, but stores like TJ Maxx, like Marshall's, Ross, Target,
Coat Factory.
Burlington. One woman said
Home Goods.
She thought it was because of the fluorescent lights.
Okay,
we got him in here. Bad news for us.
If anybody's aware of and also experiences the laxative effect, give a call. Let us know where that kicks in.
See, it would make sense in Barnes & Noble because there's a Starbucks.
Oh, that's the other thing. People are saying maybe it's the coffee or the Starbucks that you're
Ross
drinking.
is a terrible place to have to go to the bathroom because you got to get like a code to get in. The bathrooms are always gross.
Ross doesn't have quality bathrooms?
No, they do not.
Well, men's room is okay. I don't know what you ladies are doing. Men's room is fine.
I guess it depends what Ross you go to.
Even employees are getting in on talking about it. One TJ Maxx employee shared, as an associate without the privilege of an associate bathroom, we are very aware of this, and you are not alone.
What if they have like poop air? They like blast that poop air the second they come in.
Brown air?
You're going to have to go.
They just
like the air just somehow makes you want to do that?
Yeah,
just like they say that brown note makes you have to go.
Oh, they're just playing the brown note for everybody.
Yeah, like with the music in the background.
I'll be honest with you. I've never experienced this, but for the longest time, I heard about the bookstore. Right, something about, and some people thought it had something to do with the smell of pages
or the sitting down position.
What?
Yeah,
because there's a Reader's Digest in every bathroom.
That's called the Mariko Aoki phenomenon, the bookstore one.
Isn't it the same as this one?
No, that's a different
it's a
theory.
different one.
Well, in this story that I'm reading, it also names Barnes and Noble as a place where people say they experience the
Barnes and
laxative
Noble's
effect.
Borders.
Do you want to hear some of the theories?
Yes.
Very interested.
One theory says that it's just the adrenaline rush of being in your favorite store. There's the coffee one. Some people think it might have to do with coffee, but who drinks coffee while they're shopping?
Not since
I'm
COVID.
sure some people do.
A lot of people ever since they put Starbucks inside Targets.
Yeah, or Albertsons. They have the Starbucks in there.
Some guess that it might have to do with all the walking.
What, if they fall out of you? Or
like the walking activates
gravity.
Your
Yeah.
You jar something loose.
Something fell out.
What? You shake it loose?
Let's see. A doctor who's it says a gut doctor.
Are you talking about, what's her name? Is it
Supriya Rao?
Yes.
Says there's not enough definitive research on the connection between these kind of stores and your bowels.
She's quadruple board certified in internal medicine, gastroenterology, obesity medicine, and lifestyle medicine.
There's a suggestion that it could just be a surge in emotion if you're entering a store that you really like, or you've got all kinds of visual stimulation and so forth.
Oh, can I repeat her words?
I do
or
love
do you have
Target,
her words?
but I don't know if I'd have to.
No, I don't have a quote from her.
She says the gut is called the second brain. There's millions of nerves that innervate our GI tract, and they can cause emotions. Maybe you go to Target and it's super relaxing for you and makes you feel like you're at home. That's where you're most likely to have a bowel movement. Or maybe for other people, it can be the anxiety of going into the store. And then she says, another thing is a lot of Targets do have Starbucks. So maybe people grab the coffee and caffeine, and they can definitely accelerate your gut motility.
motility. Poop.
Another one is just the fact that you're walking around a lot. Movement enhances an easier bowel movement. Can I just say BM?
I forget what the proper term for this is, but there's supposed to be like a trigger effect that some people experience where the closer you get to the bathroom,
it's like
the more you've
know.
got to do it.
Mm-hmm. I totally believe that.
There's a term for that.
Oh, no, itis.
Yeah.
It's like your bladder knows you're near a toilet.
Not yet.
And you're like, no.
And it's like your bladder is somehow telling your brain, let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go.
Hey, did you look at the Mariko Aoki phenomenon?
Yeah, so that was the one that has to do specifically with bookstores. The Mariko Aoki phenomenon refers to a sudden urge to poop that is felt upon entering bookstores. And I wanted to get the time frame on this. This was initially described by a Japanese woman who wrote an essay in 1985. In that essay, she related how she came to the realization that for some years now, walking into a bookstore inevitably made her want to go do a number 2 in the restroom. The editors of the magazine, all the way back in 1985, received reports of other readers who had similar experiences. They named it the Mariko Aoki phenomenon. Oh, the woman who wrote the essay is
Mariko Aoki, of course.
Okay.
What did you think it meant?
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I thought maybe like
another Japanese woman.
I thought it was like Star Trek, the Kobayashi Maru maneuver or something. I didn't think it. I don't know. I thought it was just words in Japanese.
Oh, that's a name, actually.
That's a person.
I have some more nugs.
One of the theories was that the smell of paper or something in the bookbinding process, possibly the glue, had a laxative effect. So
yeah, but then that would also mean you would have to go every time you open that book at home.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
Well, I don't think they ever nailed it down specifically. But that it's got a Wikipedia page that is pretty long. Right.
A lot of citations.
Anything else about the laxative effect in other big box stores?
No, nothing else about that.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
Prices for overseas. Find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly. B21.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
Well, good morning, El Paso. Now, some of you may be wondering, what's going on? Why am I hearing these old-ass clips from the morning show? First off, good morning. I'm Joanna Barba, joined by my producer for the morning, Alberto. Good morning, Alberto.
Good morning, Joanna. Good morning, El Paso.
You know, it's already going to be a short week here at the station. And some of us have already been feeling that, you know,
itch to go home.
The itch to not even come into work or not go home or go home early. And some of those people are named Buzz Adams. We're playing some best of clips this morning because Buzz was here this morning. Alberto, you can attest to that. He was here this morning.
I did see him. He had a red shirt on. Yes, he was here.
But it got a little weird because I was here a little late. I got here maybe like 20 minutes before the show started. But on my way in, Buzz calls me and tells me, hey, I'm locked out of the station.
It's become a reoccurring theme, though.
That dude's got to get that key together. I don't know. Buzz, when I got here, was outside waiting to be let in.
He was like, help.
Plot twist, Alberto. Iris and Grizz from the Kiss Morning Show were already in their studio. And Buzz was like, I kept calling. And Iris was like, I don't know how to answer that phone over there.
Buzz needed help.
Buzz needed a lot of help. So first off, he was already frustrated there. Mm-hmm. He was late. He was locked out. So he was starting his prep for the show a little late. He goes into his studio, Alberto. Mm-hmm. His computer somehow logged him out because I guess it did like an update over the weekend.
Maybe like even a reset.
As computers do.
They have a mind of their own.
Do you know what this mother effer says to me?
I locked my computer.
Joanna, do you have my password?
Your password? Something my mom would say. ¿Qué es mi contraseña de esto? You mean your own personal Facebook? I don't know.
No, so Buzz and I have a system where he has to give me his password every time he changes because our computers make us change it every so often.
I hate that.
which is, I guess, good on them. We're doing safe security checks or whatever. But this last time, and I told him, don't forget to give me your password. And what did he do?
Forgot to
give me his password. So now I don't have his password. He can't remember it. And then he's getting so frustrated, he made himself sick.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, he was like, I don't feel good at all.
In the span of 10 minutes.
That was all in 10 minutes. The 10 minutes before the show started.
Mm-hmm. At like 5:50. This began at 5:50. By 5:58, it was like...
At 5:58, he called it and was like, I think I'm going to go home. And at that point, Alberto and the rest of El Paso listening, I was already frustrated with him. And I told him, get the hell out of here. I don't want to see you for the rest of the day.
You're like, call it a day. It's okay. It's okay. And then Nico came and acted like I was going to bite him in the studio. He was like too scared to come in the studio. He was like, where's Joanna?
I was right behind him. I saw how he wasn't even like trying to step foot into the studio.
I was like, come in here. Come
in, boy. We don't bite. But he's all like, where's Joanna? I was right behind him.
He was halfway out the door. Mentally.
Oh, he was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
He was like, so
physically
no
and spiritually, it was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Ready to go. So yeah, we were just like, I guess, yeah. Take it, Nico.
And
Thank you.
those 2 minutes that remained before the show started, we had to get our stuff together. And we're doing best ofs today.
Yes, we are. Nico came down like, remember when Daryl was coming down? Y'all got cake? That's how Nico came in here, like, we doing a best of?
Yeah, he did ask. He's all like, best of today?
Best of day, best of day.
And then he moonwalked backwards away from me.
That's a celebration.
That's a New Girl reference right there, Alberto. Have you seen that show?
New Girl, yes. I did start it. I haven't finished it, but I
get to the part where Nick starts moon dancing backwards, because that's the move Nico pulled on me this morning. So it's just the two of us today. Just the two of us. And so we will be playing some best of clips. I'm not sure yet if we want to do like some Thanksgiving hits. I've got like a poll on how much calories will be consumed on Thanksgiving.
I think we should do some Thanksgiving things. When you said Thanksgiving hits, I was like, I thought you meant songs. I was like, I didn't even know there was Thanksgiving songs, but I'm sure we can find some.
That's a side quest we can follow up on. Why are there no Thanksgiving songs?
The lack of the marketization through songs of the turkey day.
The turkey day. I guess if you watch Bob's Burgers, you know that there's Thanksgiving songs, but...
Wait, there is?
Yes, they come up with their own song. Hey, there we go. Side quest. We're going to go through some of these Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving Day songs.
To see which one's good.
To see which one we can agree should be the anthem for Thanksgiving. But right now, Alberto, let's do a best of clip. Can you tell me what this one's called?
This one's a National Paranormal Day.
God, I hope it has that bit at the end with Bigfoot. Hit it.
Today is National Paranormal Day. And I have some recent statistics on Americans and their beliefs or disbelief in various paranormal phenomenon.
It is May 3rd, my dudes. It is National Paranormal Day.
Stories about ghosts. I see dead people. Poltergeists. Apparitions.
The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together.
And things that go bump in the night.
If it's not a ghost, what is it?
Time to tell them.
Happy Paranormal Day.
What's happening to me?
Break out the Ouija board. It's National Paranormal Day. Yes, a Ouija board, the scariest thing ever invented by Milton Bradley. A recent survey found 14% of Americans, or about 1 in 7 people, think they've contacted a spirit using a Ouija board before. Also, 3 out of 4 Americans believe in at least one thing considered to be paranormal. And about 5% of your fellow Americans basically believe in all of them. So I thought I'd go down this paranormal stats. I'll throw it out there. You tell me if you think there's any validity.
Okay.
If you're a hardcore believer or if you are a scoffer. And then I'll tell you how the...
Scoffer.
Yeah. And then I'll tell you how the rest of the country breaks down. Places can be haunted by ghosts or spirits. Believe or disbelieve?
Places can be haunted by spirits.
Places can be haunted by ghosts or spirits.
Disbelieve.
Is there a difference between spirits and ghosts?
Spirits could potentially not be the souls of the dead. Could just be like supernatural.
Like a demonic spirit, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Or a distilled beverage. So, Joanna, what do you think? Places can be haunted.
Yes.
Now, do you strongly believe that or, just kind of believe it?
I kind of believe it, but that one night that I was working here by myself and the light was somehow on in KROD, totally believed it that night.
Was it off before?
Yes. I swear I had that light off.
Did you see it turn on by itself?
No. I went into KISS. Like, I checked the logs. I finished checking the log in KROD, turned off the light.
You don't know this, but one of our studios is made out of logs. That's why you have to go.
It's a Lincoln log studio.
I go into KISS, check the log there, and then I'm coming back to the KLAQ studio, and the light was on, and I freaked myself out. And it was the start of my shift.
Why don't you ask me? You don't care whether I believe?
You said you don't.
You said no.
I heard you.
Did I?
No.
Okay, yeah, no. No, I don't.
Well, what do you think all these people are experiencing?
Yeah, who turned that light on?
It was probably...
I think you just forgot. I mean, that's a...
Yeah, I think it could be just randomness. Or it could have turned on by itself, but it might be like a weird circuit. Who knows?
Well, in a nationwide survey of over 1,000 Americans, 52% say that they believe places could be haunted by ghosts or spirits. All right, here's the next paranormal claim. A full moon makes people behave in strange ways.
A what?
A full moon makes people behave in strange ways.
You know what?
Yes.
I will agree with this. Yeah. Yep. Joanna, you too?
Yes.
Well,
That's why they call them lunatics.
Right.
You're
That's
out,
where the
actually,
word comes from. You're in the majority on this one. 55% think a full moon affects human behavior.
I remember...
Science disagrees. Science says there's no correlation. The moon couldn't have that effect on the human body.
I remember working in the ER at UMC Thomason, and full moon nights were always weird. It was like I worked nights, and when it was a full moon, we always just seemed to be busier or had weirder cases come through, which is always weird on full moon nights.
All right, next paranormal belief, and I'll tell you how many Americans in the survey believe in it. It's possible to have telekinetic powers and move things with your mind.
No. Do you know how many times I've tried it?
You've tried it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Wait, can you feel anything right now?
Okay, maybe that you can't. Not necessarily you, but somebody could do it.
No.
Can you feel me squeezing your heart with my brain?
That's not my heart.
It's not my brain.
So you say no just because you've tried it.
Yes.
I can make candles flicker by looking at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Real close.
Yeah.
While breathing through your nose.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you can fool a kid up until they're about 6 with that. Nico, is that a no for you?
That's a no, yeah.
25% of Americans think it's possible to have telekinetic powers.
Well, 1 out of 4 of my friends are idiots.
Psychics. That there are some people who can read minds or communicate with you've seen the Long Island medium stuff.
I've also seen John Edwards.
Yeah, right. I don't have to explain what a psychic's supposed to do, right? You know. Believe or disbelieve?
Joanna?
Disbelieve.
Disbelieve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big disbeliever of psychics. Although you have like a personal brujeria, Joanna.
Yeah.
You do?
She gives me a limpia.
You got a bruja?
Nessie.
Brings over an egg and everything?
Yep.
Wow. Well, what do you think? If you don't believe in psychics, what's that about?
That's about vibes, all right?
Oh, all right. All right.
And the vibes are way off right now.
Well, considering how many shows about psychics there are and how many celebrity psychics there are, I'm surprised by this number, but in this nationwide survey, 19% of Americans, under 20% of Americans think that some psychics are legit. You know what psychics, the good ones, well, and good should be in quotation, but the skillful ones are really good at doing what's called a cold reading. And that is, you ask leading questions until the person reveals everything that you need to know.
It's called cold reading.
Yeah, it's a cold reading, as opposed to a hot reading. You know what a hot reading is?
No, what's that?
Where you have people in the audience that are overhearing conversations, and there are different ways they'll do it. Sometimes it's recording devices. Sometimes there was a faith healer pastor who his wife had a microphone that she could tell stuff into her ear, and they also had people fill out prayer request cards. So anyway, I think it was that Peter Popoff, but his scam was, I sense that somebody here had, and then he'd name a very specific condition that somebody had written on their prayer request card. That's a hot reading. It's
a hot mess.
Yeah. So only 19% of people believe that psychics are legit. Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie?
Oh,
that's right.
believe.
Nessie.
Oh. Nessie's real.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I know you're kind of tongue-in-cheek on this, but do you really believe that there is... I believe there might be some.
Yeah, I believe that there could be some type of animal in the Loch Ness.
Is it a dinosaur from the Triassic era?
Probably not that. Yeah, I think there could be a monster in the loch.
Some marine biologists had a really interesting theory, and that is that maybe in Loch Ness there's some way that whales from the ocean get in to a freshwater lake like Loch Ness, and that what you're seeing is a whale penis sticking up, and they included pictures in this study of what a whale penis, and it does kind of look like that Loch Ness monster head from the famous picture you see.
Stop using your finger to show that.
Is this just some way for you to get me to Google whale penis and have that in my search history?
Well, Google Loch Ness monster plus whale penis, and then you'll have that in your... You know what? We might have parental blocks. You better put whale schlong.
This first thing that comes up, no, the Loch Ness monster is not a whale penis.
You interested to know how many Americans believe in the Loch Ness monster phenomenon?
Kind of.
Look at the whale penis.
It looks kind of like a Loch Ness monster, doesn't it?
Why does it look like that?
22% of Americans say they believe in the Loch Ness monster.
He hangs brain. Good for him.
I don't know. That was just a recent conjecture that I'd heard by some marine biologists.
It
could be a whale dong.
Whale dong. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nessie's a whale penis.
It looks like a tongue coming from the sea. Like a giant tongue.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you're at Loch Ness and you're already halfway expecting to see Nessie, something pops up
whale
out of the water.
might
what
not
else
be
is it going to
too
be?
Far. Yeah.
Crop circles.
Oh.
Let's do a lightning round here. Crop circles.
No.
Why? Why do you not believe in that?
I thought it was lightning round.
Yeah, right. What's the point of lightning round if we have to explain our answers for everything? I've seen enough Mythbusters to know that it's usually human. Crop circles are usually human made.
I think some guys admitted to it too.
Yeah.
Does anything else come to mind as far as paranormal phenomena? Today's National Paranormal Day, guys, by the way.
No, but I want to go see Signs now. The movie. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah.
Crop circle, yeah.
One part
best
where
scene-
the alien walks by at the kids' party.
Niños, múvete!
Niños, vámonos!
Vámonos, niños!
Yeah.
That was a creepy. The movie was not.
Startles me every time.
The movie was not great, and a lot of it didn't make sense. But that scene where you see the alien just walking through the video, that was chilling. You're right. That was a great scene.
You know, I worked at a hospital where people passed away. I never felt like a weird, like in the ER at night, working nights at 4 a.m, everything's dark. I never saw things. I never saw like orb lights or I never felt any weird things.
I think you might see some people might see what they're inclined to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if there's somebody who's inclined to believe, they might notice, oh, that light flickered and it wasn't too long after this patient passed. You know, I think some people can definitely interpret things the way that they want to.
Yeah.
Final thing that we have nationwide statistics on, Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, or the hairy man of the wilderness, also known as the skunk ape or the Yowie man. Or in the Himalayas,
the abominable snowman.
Well, I was going to say Yeti. Belief in Bigfoot, Joanna, yes or no?
Yes. Something's out there, dude.
All right.
I think it's just a bunch of drug dealers in Mendocino, California.
We saw a very, very bizarre documentary about Bigfoot and marijuana farmers in like the early 90s. I forget what it's called, but
people were convinced that Bigfoot slaughtered like 3 guys in the woods.
Some guys had heard a story, and then they went back like 30 years later to get to the bottom of it, and
it turned out it was just drug dealers.
Yeah, it was drug dealers. But nationwide, 16% of Americans say that they believe in Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yes.
I'm tapping out. If anybody else has got anything paranormal that you want to ask about.
Chupacabra.
No. I mean, they've got a lot of photos of we caught a chupacabra. It almost always turns out to be like a coyote with mange.
Oh.
You know, they do DNA tests.
A coyote with mange.
It's like a coyote with mange.
I can't believe I got whale penis in my search history now.
And on the brain.
Yeah, right. I'll be thinking about
whale dong
all day long, probably.
My buddy's a Bigfoot enthusiast.
I love it. Yes.
His name's Dave. He's a real person. He called me. He goes, big news in the Bigfoot community. I was like, go on. He goes, Joe, we found adolescent Bigfoot tracks. They're breeding. Okay, so did you find little big feet? You found regular footprints, didn't you, Dave? Shut up, Joe. I want to believe, though. I said, if Bigfoot's real, Dave, wouldn't we have found Bigfoot bones by now? He goes, dude, we have never found the bones of a bear that died naturally in the wild either. I was like, okay, I have no idea if that's true. But I know we have found a bear. We found a bunch of bears. Shut up, Joe. You'll see. That's a really interesting fact about bears, though, so I Googled it. Not a fact.
Hey, it's Chuck, your host for Loudwire Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock the borderland with the best rock ever made and the best rock being made. Special guests, birthday and anniversary celebrations, and every night at 10...
Heinz, welcome to Cricket. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Local and loco.
Don't you know I'm loco?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show. 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, I got a couple of things here in the closing segment that I thought we could talk about. Let me just preview them. If we get down to where we only have time to really get into one of them, list of the worst cities to visit in the United States came out. There are 3 Texas towns on there.
Is El Paso?
You'd have to find out. You got to choose that
Midland,
one.
Odessa.
Yeah, it better not be Midland, Odessa.
They've got a great airport there.
And they do have Walmarts, as Nico found out.
Yep.
The other one, how well do you
Apparently
think
they have hospitals, too.
If I were to name actors and actresses who have been in both DC and Marvel movies.
Ooh!
Could you name the characters if I told you the actor?
Yes.
You think you could get most of them right?
If Nico would do it, but if he did it with this voice.
I can't do that voice. You do that.
I'll do it with the voice.
Joanna, do you think you could get a few of them right?
Of course not.
No?
Maybe a few.
Megan, you a big fan of the Marvel and DC cinematic universes?
I am a big fan. I am a big fan.
You think if I gave you these actors, you'd be able to guess a few of them?
Yeah, but I'll give you the scientific formulation for the COVID vaccine.
But,
I'll try though, Buzz. I'll try.
Yeah, try.
I'll try.
But Nico, you feel like this is in your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
3 Texas towns that made the national list of places not to visit, or the DC actors who've been in both DC and Marvel movies. Ooh. I actually have time to get both of these.
Let's start with the cities.
According to mindyourdollars.com, they came out with the 40 worst cities to visit in the United States. Out of the 40, 3 of them are in Texas. El Paso, not on the list. Anybody want to throw out a guess?
Permian Basin.
You mean Midland, Odessa?
The city that Nico has beef against?
Yeah, what's your problem with Midland, Odessa?
I didn't know that was the Permian Basin. I thought there was another city called the Permian Basin. Sorry, guys, again.
If I didn't know the answer already, I would suggest maybe Amarillo. Not that the town isn't nice and the people are nice. It's just the weather's always...
Song.
Amarillo by morning. They use that on the billboards up there, too.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you could pick any small town. Like, what about Alpine? What about Pecos? What about Nacogdoches? Those 3 don't sound like they would be great.
Babin?
Sorry, Alpine, Nacogdoches.
Here are the 3 that made the list of worst places to visit that are in Texas.
Pecos.
Houston.
Oh, Houston.
Houston's got a lot of problems with hurricanes, flooding. It's always humid as hell. And
can I tell you something
the
else?
Crime rate has skyrocketed just since the pandemic. This is Texas's largest city. Did Houston pass Dallas as Texas' largest city? I guess it did.
Can I tell you something about Houston, though? It is a mess. I lived there for 2 years, and they don't have zoning laws necessarily in the city. So you could have a residential district right next to a factory district, which is right next to daycares. And so, like, it is kind of very...
So, like, the layout of Juarez.
Kind of. Yeah.
New Braunfels, Texas.
Huh.
Now, most people in Texas that know New Braunfels know that that's where Schlitterbahn is, which is this huge floating water park.
And it's supposed to be nice? I thought there's, like, nice restaurants around New Braunfels and stuff.
Well, specifically, they say if you're going in there for Schlitterbahn, it's expensive, it's crowded, and you should really just go nearby to the Guadalupe River and go there. So I don't know why
in San Marcos?
In San Marcos or Austin. You can get in the Guadalupe River in San Marcos or Green. McLean, Texas. Now, this one, I know McLean, and it is about 70 miles east of Amarillo. So the reason I said Amarillo is just because there's always something with the weather. If it's cold, it's 20 degrees colder in Amarillo. If the wind is blowing 40 miles an hour, it's blowing 60 in Amarillo. It's just the way it always is in Amarillo.
Okay, but that brings a good question. What is the criteria we're going to judge a city for being bad at to visit?
Is it,
Houston,
it's bad to
Houston,
visit?
Is it the crime? Is it the weather? Is it the small size and not having anything to do?
This is not on me. I didn't write this. I told you what the source was.
You're giving us 3 different cities. One that's huge, Houston. Then you're giving us New Braunfels, which is kind of a touristy one. And then you're giving us Alpine. I'm not sure what...
McLean.
McLean. So I'm not sure what the consistent criteria is across the board.
Yeah, me neither. You shouldn't have picked this one. We should have gone with the UC Marvel. So it's I-40 as you're heading out of Amarillo. Before you get to Oklahoma, you go to a bunch of towns like McLean and I think Vega's out there. Again, Vega might be the other way. Shamrock. But in McLean, you can stop at the Devil's Rope Museum. Do you know what you would see inside the Devil's Rope Museum? If anybody can get this right, I'll give you a morning show.
The Devil's Rope?
Yeah.
Devil's Rope.
Is it like one of the biggest knots in the world?
In a way, it's the world's biggest. It includes the world's biggest ball
of yarn
of barbed wire.
Oh.
Another name for barbed wire is Devil's Rope. So it's the Barbed Wire Museum, the Devil's Rope Museum, and Route 66 Museum in McLean, Texas.
Well, it sounds like they have plenty of visitor options.
Yeah, a lot of things to do, McLean.
All right, I'm going to give you actors who have been both in Marvel movies and DC movies.
Woo!
Okay.
And we're going to see how you can do. So, Joanna, you said you're not going to do good at this. And
Yeah, probably not.
Don't you go see all of them, though, Joanna?
I did.
You do go see all of them, don't you?
I did, yeah.
So before Nico gets a crack at it, if you guys think, Ben Affleck. So, Marvel and DC.
Okay.
Can you tell me what characters Ben Affleck has played in Marvel and DC?
Ben Affleck.
I know one. He was Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was Batman, and he was also Daredevil.
Yeah! All right.
Good job.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you one. He was Penguin in Batman.
He was in Batman?
The Batman. Right. So what was he in Marvel?
Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he came out in Marvel.
The same film from the...
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the same film with Ben Affleck.
Yeah. He was in Daredevil, and he was the bad guy.
He was Bullseye.
Bullseye. That's right.
Oh, my God. I couldn't remember the villain's name.
Here's one you ought to get, Joanna.
Okay.
Like, some of these are a little obscure, but some of them are Halle Berry has played a DC character and a Marvel character.
She was Catwoman,
Mm-hmm.
and then she was Storm.
Yeah, in X-Men.
In X-Men.
Wow, good job, Joanna.
Thank you.
I like the voice. God, that's getting...
I don't even know
Is it giving you the tingles?
anybody who saw the Halle Berry Catwoman. I only know it as a punchline of a bad movie.
Halle Berry just came out with a new interview that said she thinks it was a POS.
That she thinks Catwoman was
Yeah,
bad.
she was just ripping on it.
Joanna, I feel like this might be in your grasp. Michael Keaton. Because one of them's a real gimme.
God.
Yeah, there's a lot of Batman. He was Batman,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in Spider-Man.
What did he play?
The Vulture.
I was going to say
let Nika.
Falcon.
I was going to let. You were going to say
No.
Falcon?
I was going to say Falcon.
Vulture.
He was a bird. He was a bird.
He was kind of like a bird man in every movie
He
that.
really loves things that can fly.
Winged creature.
Winged creatures.
There are some of them that I'm like, I don't know if I really
Come on,
count this.
Give them to me.
Give him to Nico.
Well, because there's one here that I mean, when I think of it, I don't think of it as a DC comic.
Let me hear it.
Oh,
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman was in
Well, she was Thor, of course.
Thor.
She wasn't Thor.
Lady Thor.
Lady Thor.
She was Jane Foster.
Which is Lady Thor.
Okay.
She was the Mighty Thor.
That was Marvel. What was she in DC?
In DC.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Give us a hint. One hint.
It's not what I would consider. I mean, I don't think of it as a DC comic. It doesn't
We
have
know how
Superman
you
or
feel
Batman
about
or stuff
DC.
in it. It's one of these.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
She was in V for Vendetta.
Right.
That's right.
Oh.
See, there you go. I knew that was a comic. Also written by the great Alan Moore.
But it's not like V from Vendetta ever teams up with Batman or joins
You don't
the
have
Justice
just
League.
if you're a fan of comic books, it's one of the standard.
Oh, so Buzz is basing it basically on like Justice League things.
Kind of, but
Not the entire.
I'm leaving out some of the ones that are a little more obscure.
well, and to be completely fair, I think it was a Vertigo imprint. I'm not even sure it was
Right.
a DC imprint.
Did it say DC? Most of the Vertigos say
Actually,
DC
it
Vertigo.
Was the Vertigo imprint.
Okay, here's one. Josh Brolin. And Josh Brolin actually appeared in two different characters in two different Marvel movies.
He was Cable in Deadpool, and he was Thanos, in the whole Avengers series.
What DC character did he play?
Oh my God, no!
Character
I've
did he
seen. I
play?
know I've seen him as something in DC.
Yeah, me too.
But what
did Josh Brolin do in DC?
Josh Brolin,
DC.
Again, it's not a character that you would ever expect to show up in a Batman movie, and I'm not even sure.
It might be based on a graphic novel or something.
And the movie wasn't well thought of. It wasn't very successful.
Go for it.
Jonah Hex.
And actually, Jonah Hex is part of the DC universe. Like, he's a main character. He fights with Superman.
Does he?
He teams up with Batman all the time. Batman travels in time and goes to to the Old
teams
West.
Up with, like, part of his face is missing or something, and he's a cowboy, basically.
Jonah Hex.
Yes.
David Harbour. Yeah. Isn't that the guy from Stranger Things?
Yeah, he played the Russian the Russian in
Oh, right. Black Widow.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Basically the Soviets' version of Captain America.
He's the Buzz Adams.
Wait, what?
He's the Buzz
She thinks
Adams.
he looks like you.
You're total. No, like his character was totally.
It still fits.
But what was David Harbour in DC?
Again, I mean, it's a well-known movie and it's a well-known character, but I don't associate it.
It has to be like Ghost Rider, maybe, or one of these one-offs.
I'm going to save you a little time. You ready?
Yeah.
Green
Hellboy.
Lantern.
I guess Hellboy was a DC.
I forgot he's in the remake because I forgot Ron Perlman didn't do the newest Hellboy.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer,
She's
that white
Catwoman.
gold.
And then she's
What's she in Marvel?
in Ant-Man and
God,
One
Joanna,
of those.
you're
Does
sharp.
she play Ant-Man?
the Wasp.
She
No,
plays the original
Wasp.
Janet Van Dyne.
Oh.
Oh my God, I have seen all.
Yeah,
the Marvel.
seriously. What a nerd. It's actually kind of hot, Joanna.
You know what? I didn't even include, like, Sylvester Stallone. He plays King Shark in
don't tell me the
Suicide
other, and Judge Dredd.
Well, Judge Dredd would be DC, right?
Yeah.
Was Judge Dredd a DC thing?
It was.
But what's the Marvel thing he was in? I think he had a voice cameo.
Yeah.
So.
Was this Guardians of the Galaxy?
too?
Yeah. Oh no, he actually
Did he
was.
actually
he was
show up?
He was
Yeah.
actually in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, you got to admit that one's pretty obscure, right?
He plays one of the
I like how Buzz is the one that has all of these and was like, "We're gonna do this," and you're just like, "No, I don't want to do this one."
Oh,
yeah. Give us the obscure ones. Whatever.
the obscure
Chris
ones.
Evans.
Captain America.
He played Captain America.
Hey.
My first.
Look at
There you
Megan.
go.
Getting in the
Thank you.
game.
Megan's on the board with the comic book quiz.
She knows
Yes.
America's butt. And he was also Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. What was he in DC?
In DC.
Be honest, it has a title here. I don't know the movie. I don't know the comic.
You know what? This is about the kids who have powers. We gotta say the name.
The Losers?
Oh no, never mind. The Losers. No, this was a.
What is The Losers?
It's basically like
The Losers is a DC.
Yeah, it is.
What is The Losers?
It's the A team. I mean, it's basically the A team, but with these.
They don't have superpowers?
No. But they're like.
And they made a comic book out of that.
Yeah.
What a bunch of losers.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I mean, they are like government. They're kind of like Suicide Squad. It's its own thing. It's not related to the rest of the imprints.
The clock on the wall says we've got to wrap it.
No, more.
I think I pretty much.
I think that
let's
was
see if
it, dude.
Okay. Barry Keoghan. This one is very obscure. I'm not even sure if you know who the.
I don't know
even
who
know
Barry
who that
Keoghan is.
He showed up at the end of the Batman as the Joker. You know, when they put the Riddler in there and you briefly see the
okay.
Joker.
Oh.
And it says that he also
he's in
appeared as
Batman.
Druig in Eternals.
Oh, that's the one Marvel I haven't seen.
I saw it and, like, thinking back on it, I can't even think. What was it about? Like, who were they fighting again?
Right.
And it was
Super
within the past
underwhelming.
year.
They've already confirmed
It was
a
one
sequel.
it was one of those movies where you walk out and it's like, you're not saying it's the worst movie I've ever seen, but you immediately forget about it as soon as you're outside of the theater, right? You're
Which
never
is
like, oh, I
disappointing.
can't wait to see what happens in the next
Because
one.
it had so many stars in it.
It had a lot of stars, but sometimes they pad that up because it's lacking in other areas, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, the day where you stuff a turkey. So the turkey.
Visit Right Drive IA.
Only at Right Drive, the only way to drive.
Live From the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
I am experiencing a great amount of unease because we are facing our phobias.
Oh, God.
For some reason, they got it out of me. Like, what is my phobia? And it is an animal, and it's not one you'd expect. It's toads or frogs. Both of them.
It's right there next to you, Buzz.
No.
It's in a box, though. It's in a box.
Okay.
At least yours is in a box. Joe
right.
is over here just dangling that snake.
Joe Montesanto from the El Paso Zoo is here.
Montesano.
Just Joe from the zoo is fine.
Joe, the zookeeper, is here, and he has brought Joanna's greatest phobia, a snake. Introduce us to Mr. Snake.
This is a ball python. Good morning, everybody. This is a ball python.
They're all bald, aren't they?
No, bald. Not bald. Not like my hairline. This is a ball python because they do tend to roll up into a ball. But he's a constrictor, as you can see. He everything bites, we like to say, but that's not his primary defense. He likes to constrict, obviously, as pythons do.
Yeah.
This is as big as he gets. He's full grown. So, you hear about the giant pythons in South America.
Native to South America?
Yeah, South American. These are actually... Well, the spiders are local, but that's South American frogs and South American snake, yes. Other places, too. He roams in different parts of Africa as well.
How do they sense? With their tongue? Is that why his tongue is going?
Exactly. That's how they smell. Buzz referenced their smelling.
Look at the tongue.
So he's actually smells with the tip of their tongue. Kind of, it's like smelling. It's a little different, but they can sense different things, yes.
All right.
He's just checking out where he is, what's around, if there's any prey, anything he needs to eat.
You seem very on edge, Joanna.
She is.
Do you want to come over and
Not really.
give it a pet?
No.
It's time to
Oh my
confront.
God.
It's time to confront your fear, Joanna.
Why me first? Make Buzz go first.
Gotta go to the doctor. I'm take it off.
You're on that side. That's why.
Yes.
Now, Nico's was...
Do I do?
Put your hands out.
I don't want to.
Just put your hand up.
That's it. Just touch him then. Just go ahead and touch him.
It felt scary.
He's not slimy at all.
I
He's very
know,
smooth.
but it's... I'm so sorry. Okay.
But
that's
you,
fine.
but you want to hold it. Do you feel like
She
you
is backing up on as far as she can get away from him, actually.
I'm okay.
You lived in Florida. I heard that anacondas and pythons just love Florida. And anytime somebody, not just people letting pets go, but there were hurricanes.
Yeah.
That a bunch. So, are they an invasive species?
Yeah,
in
especially
Florida?
down in Florida, they got a big issue with the pythons and things because there's no predator for them.
Oh,
so they just
okay.
live and grow and they eat the native wildlife. So they're like decreasing the rodent population, all the population that the other wildlife lives off of. So they're really decimating that. And they hunt them. There's actually Fish and Game has a special beagles that are trained to find them and stuff.
Beagles?
Yeah, they're actually trained to sniff out the snakes because they're not real. I mean, they don't hide that much. They're out there, just hard to find because they're so camouflaged. And they're in the swamps and different areas where you got to wade through and things.
There's probably crazy stuff like in the Okefenokee
They hunt them and they
swamp.
pay by the pound or by the snake sometimes. They'll pay hunters by the pound.
The Craig Robinson
had a show.
the TV
I
show.
forget what it was called, but it was all about going and hunting snakes and turning them in for bounties.
Right.
That
They do
is
the
a
same
real
with,
thing.
Yeah, they do the same thing with iguanas down in Florida, too. There's a guy that drives a boat, and you shoot iguanas, actually, and he makes boots and things out of them.
I have heard reports out of Florida, and you lived there for
I
how
did,
long,
about
Joe?
10, 12 years.
10 or 12 years, that there is a population possibly of monkeys.
Well, there's a few. Actually, there's one up. What's the name of that place? It's Clearwater. There's a park up there. It's a state park, actually, that actually filmed the Tarzan shows years ago. And there is a population of primates that escaped and are living up there now quite happily, actually.
Are they on an island?
They're on
or
an
so-
island, and you
island?
can't approach the island. Monkeys, primates are very territorial, and so I have videos of people coming up on a boat, and they just come out and they want to kill you. I mean, they won't let you on the island.
my
People
God.
have tried, and it doesn't work out well for them because there's a lot of them, and they've
Are
been
they
there
monkeys
for years.
or apes? Are they
They're a primate.
chimpanzees?
No, they're not chimpanzees. They're a certain kind of primate that they used in the films. I can't really off the top of my
Well,
head know
new
what it is,
fear
but-
unlocked there.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about Brew at the Zoo as I try to get everybody to forget the toads that are in the studio.
You're not
will
going to.
distract you. Get Nico's phobia out. He's
we
got
gotta
a
do
phobia
that.
of spiders.
Okay, I think I'm ready to touch the snake again.
Okay.
If Britney Spears can do it,
Yeah.
That's true.
You should
I
put.
can.
It's cute, isn't it?
No, it's not. All right. It came right at me.
It did?
It starts flickering that tongue at her. It's like.
All right. Nice snake. Oh, okay. I think that's fine.
It's a pretty snake.
It's all right.
It like
It's all right.
It is very pretty.
Good job, Joanna.
They're not
Good job.
slimy.
I
They're,
touched it, Buzz.
Do they call a boa constrictor a boa because you can wear it around your neck like a boa?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. We discourage that in the python and the boa industry. Yeah, because they'll squeeze. Basically, they could choke you.
Oh,
it's,
God.
I see
you
people.
See, he got tangled up here. It took a lot of muscle to get him free. He is literally, I don't know, 4 pounds of pure muscle.
Just a muscle, yeah.
I've been to like convention, like Sci-Fi Con and stuff, and the snake people will be out there, and they'll put the snake around people's necks, and I've always wondered about the wisdom of that.
Yeah, I mean, it really would take time to strangle you. You know, they're rather slow moving, and so we just don't recommend it because it could be bad.
That's a tarantula.
Yes, and Nico's going to hold it in his hand.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'll do it. You want me to show you how?
It won't bite you.
You know what? I think you might be. It looks dead, Joe.
Oh, wait, that's a shed actually. So this. You're still shaking. Somebody should be feeling. Oh, you are.
Wait, what are we looking at?
This is a shed actually. Tarantulas. Yeah, that's his ectoskeleton.
Let me see
They
this.
shed when tarantulas. When tarantulas shed, they shed completely, basically, so they come out of their skin entirely.
It
and
looks
leave
like
that
a
shell.
tarantula.
That's why I brought
But there's
it.
no tarantula.
There's
in
no
there.
tarantula inside. That's his former self, if you will. It's still creepy, though, isn't it?
Yes.
See?
Are you creeped out?
No, not me particularly, but I mean, I just don't want the chance of him getting bit, and who knows how his reaction would be. You could hold the real one if you'd like.
I definitely don't have arachnophobia. It won't.
The real one looks like it's from Home Alone that gets on Mars'
face, yeah.
Let's put it on Nico's face.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
come on.
touched a snake today because of you.
I will touch it. Just
Let's reenact the
Home
Wet
Alone.
Bandits. And Joe can be Joe Pesci.
Okay, that makes sense. That works. Short, and I'll kill you with this pen.
So, you said these are native?
This guy, yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it. If I saw something like that walking on my driveway,
I've never seen one like that
I
here.
would be stunned.
I mean, really, we're in the high desert here, so if you go into New Mexico and different places where it gets a lower elevation, you'll see more of them.
Yeah.
There's a canyon I hike in New Mexico, for example. There's just hundreds of them all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, usually after a rain, you'll see them. Unfortunately, they get flushed out and usually drowned or something, but they'll be all over the place. But
They
those little
just run.
square.
They just run when there are people
What's that
around.
little square on its back?
So they don't. People think they project their basic hairs out. They don't do that. They do scratch their hairs kind of out and pick at them. It's kind of almost, if you want to correlate it to humans, a nervous habit, if you will. He's done an exact square on his rump, which is kind of weird.
Aw, he's anxious.
Yeah, he is a little anxious.
He has anxiety.
Touch him a little back here.
Yeah, just do it gently, and if he turns around, get your hand out of there. Because if you know, you don't want to be near the biting side, you know.
So did
Good
you ever
job,
see
though,
them?
Nico. You
Yeah,
touched
good
him. That
job.
was very good, actually.
Here you go. Can I hold him?
He'd probably bite you.
He
And if you go
probably
into the
will.
doctor, yeah, I don't want.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
going to
want
the doctor anyway.
Yeah, I don't want you to have a tarantula venom in you when you go. So
But now for Buzz.
These are South American toads.
they are.
Do they have psychedelic drugs on their back?
They do not.
Okay.
It does you no good to lick them, eat them, or anything weird with them.
Buzz had already licked him.
What's the difference between toads and frogs? I think because Buzz, you're afraid of both equally.
Both. They're the same goddamn thing.
both
let me
ugly.
tell you.
Well, frogs tend to be more amphibian. They live in the water. They're both amphibians, but frogs live in the water. Toads are more dry land animals. They live in. These guys need mist and humidity in South America, like the rainforest floor. That's where you'll find these guys hanging out. So toads are more dry land, and then frogs are more amphibious.
Buzz, do you want to touch it?
Wet.
Nope. Don't care to do that. Hello?
We touched ours. I touched a snake.
Yeah, they did.
They did, Buzz. I mean,
Yep. Joe's coming over there.
Kiss the frog. You have to kiss the toad.
God.
Please.
It could be your Prince Charming.
You could take a trip.
You want to kiss it or anything, but
All right. Joe Montesano
touch
is
it.
here from the zoo. It's Face Your Phobias Day. I really don't care for toads at all. Oh, God.
Oh my God, the blue one.
Okay. So that looks different than Oklahoma
one's
frogs.
cute.
Just touch the top. Touch its back.
Oh, so
Sticky?
just loathsome. Just I don't know how to describe. There's everything about them.
you can just give little sticky paws.
Yeah, that's
a cute
It does
one.
have interesting little sticky fingers.
Golden-eyed toad, actually. So he has a golden
Golden
Oh,
eye
how
toad.
cute.
Wow.
Yay!
All right, Buzz.
Very good, Mr.
Good job.
I don't love it.
All right. And you asked Joe if he had any phobias, Joe.
And Joe said
probably
no.
why he was born to be a zookeeper.
He works at the zoo.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Receive up to 4 messages. Stop to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
Oh, no.
Pass the cranberry sauce. We're having mashed potatoes. Ooh, the turkey looks great. Thank you for loving me.
Glenn,
Thank you for being there.
please.
Thank you for loving me.
Oh, God.
Everyone's thanking. The whole
Glenn.
world's thanking you.
Stop.
Thanking
Glenn,
us
stop.
for thanking you.
Glenn.
Kill the turkey.
Glenn.
Not the turkey.
Please, not the turkey.
Arguably one of the best Thanksgiving songs out there, since there's basically no Thanksgiving songs. You were looking up a list earlier and you mentioned a song
That we were both kind of like, wait, this is a Thanksgiving song?
Did that list give any justification as to why that song?
I'm gonna pull that back up because you're right. It was definitely something that
It was.
now I can't even remember it. That it was like so off topic, but it had think in there. It had think in there.
It was Thank God I'm a country boy.
That one, yeah. What?
And you were like, there's no way that this is a Thanksgiving song.
I guess as long as they say I'm thankful for something, it's a Thanksgiving song.
But I'm starting to think that the whole reason that song was on that list is because that song comes out in a movie called Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore, which we talked about last week. But Son-in-Law is a Thanksgiving movie.
And what happens? Like, what's the plot?
So he's like the resident advisor at a college where this girl from a small town in South Dakota starts going to. And for Thanksgiving, she feels bad because he's staying behind. So she invites him to her house for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And he's like this California guy going to like this really small farm. And it's hilarious for Thanksgiving. And we watch it every year at my house. And he sings that song because he starts driving this big old tractor. And the whole time he's just like, thank God I'm a country boy.
Okay. So he's like, I've been country this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would argue that Kill the Turkey from Bob's Burgers is probably the best Thanksgiving song.
Ooh, the turkey looks great.
You're passing the cranberry sauce. What's your favorite side again?
Stuffing.
I think you said stuffing.
Yeah. What about you?
I like a good old mashed potato. It's full of butter.
Exactly what I was about to say. It's like creamy. You can get some gravy on there. It really is a staple. You can eat it on its own. I hate to say it.
Yeah. Well, no matter how serious you are about your diet, the biggest challenge of the year is, of course, Thanksgiving. It's a holiday where it's virtually impossible to count calories. But if you do want to know how much calories everyone will be having, a new report looked at how many calories people are downing at the Thanksgiving table. There's good news and bad news. The average American's caloric intake during the Thanksgiving meal is just 2,092 calories.
In one sitting?
I guess in one sitting, right?
Oh my goodness.
Wait.
I guess does make sense. I'm getting like 4 plates. So it's like,
you're like, it's 2,000 for just each plate.
What can I say?
According to dietary guidelines in the U.S., adults should consume somewhere between 1,600 and 3,000 calories per day, depending on a bunch of stuff like age, weight, or gender. Of course, that's for the whole day. So the Thanksgiving number is only in range if it's your only meal of the day. How many people do you think are just eating that on Thanksgiving?
I'm eating like 15 plates collectively. It's like, and think about this, like you're not even factoring in like the like sandwiches of turkey after.
Oh, right, the leftover.
Yeah.
You take a nap, you get up, you eat some more. And that is your own, like 2,092 calories for just one plate. That is your whole intake for the whole day. But I know people are out there eating like breakfast and stuff. People are out at the parade eating chucherías and whatnot. Do you eat breakfast on Thanksgiving?
That's a great question because look, let me tell folks something.
Okay.
I used to think that the key to eating a lot at Thanksgiving was not to eat breakfast.
Dude,
to
me too.
wait. But then I learned that your stomach is kind of like how do I explain this? Like a balloon.
Yes.
Right? And when you've been fasting, when you don't eat a lot, it gets really small. And then when you finally eat a lot, it's going to only fill up to so big. It can only get so big.
That's why you get full right away when you're like, I just had half a plate.
When
I'm
I've been
full.
fasting. Yeah. So what the key is, you've got to go hard the entire week before. You've got to load your stomach up. You've got to be eating like 6 plates the whole week to really get your stomach warmed up to what's about to happen. But that's the way you kind of condition your stomach to get bigger. And you can eat more. But then what about all the all the leftover turkey that you're eating 6 weeks out after the turkey day because you have all the leftovers? You don't do that? I eat a bunch of leftovers.
No, yeah, hell yeah. Sometimes there's no leftovers. And that makes me sad because I'm all, how am I going to have a turkey burrito tomorrow now?
Or a torta de turkey. Those are always good.
Right.
I used to hate them as a kid, but now I'm like, man, those are the best.
Those are fire.
Because you don't have to worry about lunch forever.
Yeah.
For pretty much till Christmas.
It's like, what's for breakfast? Turkey. Some people are not kidding themselves. This year, 14% of people are planning to eat over 3,000 calories, and 4% are planning to eat over 5,000 calories. Thursday is not the end of it, Alberto. The average person will also be eating about 2,270 calories worth of leftovers. And nearly 40% of people said that they would probably eat a lot more than that. 27% said 3,000 calories in leftovers, while 9% said 5,000 calories in just leftovers. On average, Americans plan to eat Thanksgiving leftovers for 3 days after Thanksgiving, and 8% plan to eat them for at least a week or more. Although you should not. The rule should be 3 days. Your turkey's not going to be good after 3 more days in that fridge. It's going to be gross.
Really? My mom used to feed me weeks on end after.
How long?
That's
how
probably
much
why I'm not
turkey?
right in the head. That's probably what happens. It's the turkey bacteria has eaten my brain. But I don't know. What if you freeze it?
I guess if you freeze it could be fine, but it's going to start getting bacteria.
It gets slimy.
It gets
slimy. Stinky, slimy. It does. Exactly. I definitely know what they mean. But you know what's another thing about Thanksgiving that people don't realize is people also have Friendsgivings. So you'll have your family Thanksgiving, but what if really popular people might have 2 or 3 other friends groups that all have their own Friendsgivings.
Right.
And then the work one. Think about that. That's already 3 meals right there.
Are you bringing something for the work one?
I'm in shambles. I don't know what to bring.
I'm still a little you want us to bring food?
They told me.
You want Buzz to bring food?
They were like, Alberto, do not cook. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Yeah. I should not either. I shouldn't be trusted bringing in a plate.
Yeah. They were like, we don't need to take any risks.
Also, someone out there, I'm sure, could cater our thing, right? I feel our sales people could work on that.
This is what I thought. This is what I thought about doing. Think about this. I was like, I'm going to go Texas Roadhouse, get 2 12-packs of their little breads and show up with that. But then someone already said they're bringing bread.
Oh,
I can't double up on the bread.
I don't care. We can double up on bread all we want. Let's go halvesies on the bread.
That would be good. They're only $5
Hell
a dozen.
Dude,
so
let's
for
do
2,
that.
it'd be $10. Quick math. Super quick math. But that's what I thought about bringing, but I don't know what to bring. I'm not really a good cooker.
Someone let us know what Alberto and I, who do not really cook, should bring to our company. That's tomorrow already. I'm just reading the email.
Imagine if I did cook or you did cook, and this is why I hate cooking, and you made it, you brought it, and then someone was like, who made this? Gross. Yo, seriously, who brought this?
That is when we just do this thing where we're like, Buzz brought it. It was all Buzz.
I would run out the door.
I would blame it on Buzz.
Oh my goodness. I know that would happen if
Someone let us know quick and easy recipes Alberto and I could use to bring to the company potluck tomorrow. I'm
going to bring a bunch of cellary just in the bag.
Yeah,
uncut.
Just bring celery and then a big old bottle of ranch.
Be like, y'all don't rock with this? Y'all don't like this?
So just 2,092 calories is what the average American will be intaking during Thanksgiving dinner. And some will probably be consuming more. We're going to get into another best of clip. What's this one called, Alberto?
This one's called meat watchers in the locker room.
How appropriate.
I got to find this thing because it's a couple of. Oh man, yeah, I got to open this up. Paul George thinks. Did you hear that in the NFL there's a move underway from the Players Association to ban journalists, men and women, from the locker room because it's uncomfortable for the players?
We've been talking about this for 2 weeks.
Well, Torrey Smith, who is a former Ravens receiver, said that there are a lot of meat watchers in the locker room.
I was wondering if you'd heard the term meat watcher. Let me just jump in here. This is Paul George, okay? So he's an NBA player, wasn't it? Is he still in?
He's still in the league.
Okay.
And dignity. What do you think about that?
I didn't see that, but I agree.
So, P, other players chimed in with some very, very interesting tweets. And one former wide receiver, Torrey Smith, tweeted, and I quote, pause, "If only y'all knew how awkward some of the male reporters act. Straight meat watchers."
I want your perspective on this, Steve. You've been in plenty of locker rooms.
Right.
Do you know what he's talking about?
As a former meat watcher.
Let's put it this way.
He's watched more meat than a USDA inspector.
So here's the thing I'll say about locker rooms. That's good. That's good.
Tell your
Nice.
Robert Parrish story now.
Yeah, I should probably. All right, so this goes back to like 1992 or 1993. All right, I'm in college. I'm like 20 years old and going to cover Spurs games when I was at UT. And we worked at the student radio station. The Spurs gave us media access. And one of the games I watched was the Celtics. It was the Celtics and the Spurs. It was the year right after Larry Bird retired. So I missed Bird by a year. Yeah. But they still had McHale. They still had Parrish.
Probably DJ.
Probably DJ. They had Reggie Lewis. They were they were still very good. Anyway, after the game, Robert Parrish is doing his interview, and he's
in the locker room.
In the locker room. Now,
and so the athletes have no compunction about taking off their shirts.
That was always my impression. I always thought that they just did it without any self-consciousness at all. Is that what
that's 100% correct.
The experience with Chief was?
No, let me say this about the Chief. So here's what he did. Okay, so he comes into the locker room, and he's got no shirt, and he's got a towel around his waist. Okay, so he sits down in his chair, and he's getting ready to do the interview. Before it starts rolling, he says, "Wait, please." So as he's getting ready to start, he takes out a little tub of Vaseline, and he starts Vaselining his balls. Like, I'm serious. That is what he's doing. He is actually doing that.
We're going to assume that you're talking about the basketballs, but I know what you're saying.
His basketballs.
Yeah.
His basketballs.
Oh, my.
So.
A little double dribble going on?
Yes. Anyway, this was during
He was not known as a great ball handler.
During the interview. So he's talking, and as he's talking, I look at one of the other guys who's an older journalist, and he's giving me the same face, like, what is going on? So here's the deal. Nobody's staring down there. You're looking at Robert Parrish in the eye. In the eyes.
As much as you can.
You have to. You have to.
Don't break eye contact.
Yeah. It might bite you.
Well, this story gets
like
better.
being attacked by a lamprey.
So he talks for 2 to 3 minutes, and when he finishes and he's done, he offers his hand to shake the hands of journalists.
No, and he just did the thing. That is hilarious, and I think Chief knew what he was doing.
He did. Oh, no, I don't know if anybody did. We all got out of there. I was like, that is just no thanks. Appreciate that.
And that's when you knew you want to do this forever.
We gave him the little wave saying, thanks, Chief.
Yeah, thanks,
Chief. Appreciate that.
What a story.
That was the true story.
Let's listen into Paul George a little more.
Let's do it.
That was a real tweet. So it sounds like there's some iffy stuff going around the whole NFL with this meat watcher,
Oh, yeah, they got to stop
conspiracy.
Nah, there's some honest truth to that. There was an incident, and there was even way back, my time of being in the NBA where guys would talk about this situation. And there was a reporter in Washington that would look at stare at dudes' meat, like while they're in house or while they're changing. And you got to understand, bro, the game might be over, and 10 minutes after that, all the reporters are coming in, right? And immediately after the game, you're not showering right away. You know what I mean? You might take a second to kind of process what just happened.
So anyway, Paul George says that he had concern about meat watchers.
That's creepy, dude. Like, okay.
I
So
thought
let me
they
just-
were completely nonplussed, like
Let me
so
just
free
say
of
this.
any consciousness at all that they just it didn't bother.
So when we would go into locker rooms after Spurs games, and again, this is 30 plus years ago. Number
were they
one,
letting female reporters in at that
they
point?
were.
Yeah.
They were. And there were players naked. There were players wrapped in towels. They were going back and forth between the showers and their lockers.
Even if you didn't play sports, you've seen a movie about sports where the guys are in the locker room,
Yes.
a lot of bare asses.
And most and
those always are gross.
And most of the and most of the athletes were like, so everybody was just used to the drill. Like, we all knew if they were going to shower, well, we couldn't get them until they were done showering. And then a lot of the players would say, let me put on some clothes, and when I'm dressing and I'm getting dressed, then we'll talk. So
How about
that was
coaches?
it.
Would coaches ever do that?
No. In fact, no. I used to
Why would they need to shower?
Well, I will say this.
I can remember talking to a very famous basketball coach while he was getting dressed one time.
Don Haskins?
I don't want to say.
Oh, man. So,
But,
talk about his bear.
Completely without any, just.
Yes. It was no big deal.
It was no big deal.
It was no
I'm not saying it was no.
It was a big deal. I mean, it was a very big deal.
Listen,
you weren't meat watching, were you?
No, it wasn't meat watching. Although I will say
Joanna's
say
a
this.
meat watcher.
Certified meat watcher.
I'm a meat watcher.
I got a better story.
Watching meat go by.
So one year I'm going to spring training. You'll like this story too. I needed to interview some Dodger players back in the day, right? So, and this is when we were Dodger affiliates. It's before 2014. So I wanted my wife to help me out in the locker room.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
Let me explain why. Because
I've
I
seen
knew.
movies that
Because
start
I
that way.
knew.
So I had the Vaseline.
That certain
and
players.
Seen pornos that start that way.
Well, I didn't
Anyway.
want to say pornos, but yeah.
So she said no, right? She said no, she didn't want to do it.
Oh, no.
But her best friend who lived in Phoenix said, I'll go. I said, great.
And that was a girl?
Oh, yeah. And
I'd like to meet her.
yeah, so you've met her. Anyway, she's in the locker room with me. And Matt Kemp, who was one of the biggest Dodger players at that time,
Yeah, sure,
was
Matt
in
Kemp,
his
of course.
locker after the game. And again, getting dressed or naked. I forget what it was. Anyway, when it came to
In the
interview-
process of getting
Yes.
dressed.
And it came to the interviewing, he was very friendly with her. And she was, talking to him. And by the way, we ended up getting everything we needed from Matt. He gave us great 600 ESPN El Paso liners for Dodger baseball. He did the interview, and afterwards, she kept talking about, wow, she said, I'll do that again. She was, she really enjoyed it.
Will you
and by
write
the way-
down, if you're not willing to tell me who it is, will you write down on a piece of paper who it is?
Oh my God,
Sure.
Buzz.
Anyway,
Wait, so even women can go to the locker rooms, and then the guys.
That was kind of controversial when it happened, but I thought the attitude was like, we are professional journalists, just like the men.
You mean I could just walk into that locker room?
Well,
if you ask her about that
With
story,
Steve?
all these years later, she will tell you that was one of the best experiences she had in a locker for professional athletes. She had a good time. So
Doesn't ring a bell.
She lives in Phoenix,
Yeah,
not in
no.
El Paso.
Yeah.
My wife's best friend.
Her name was Nina Hartley.
No.
Nice try. But anyway,
I don't
to make a long
recognize her.
story short, she wasn't. I even said to her, I said, "Did it like bother you that he was pretty much naked?" She goes, "No, I didn't care," and it didn't bother him.
Was she a big
So-
Dodger fan or something?
After that, she was, I'm sure.
Let me think about that question for a second. No,
Was he rubbing pine tar on his bat or anything while he was talking to you?
he probably was. Who remembers? It was
Did
such
it
a long
seem
time
like
ago.
he was flexing?
He might have. He might have been flexing for her. It's possible.
This isn't sexy, Joanna. This is just like the YMCA. All right.
Anyway, long story
Don't tell me
short,
what to do, Nico.
females have been going into locker rooms for a long, long time. Some players don't care, others do. And, and apparently we have plenty of male journalists that are meat watchers. That's what we've learned about the locker room story.
I love how Buzz asked about the coaches. Like the coaches shower up every. Like they don't sweat when they're out there.
I've seen coaches getting, trust me.
They get heated up, too.
It happens. Some of the coaches sweat more than some of the players. Like some of the guys who never get off the bench, and the coach is out there waving his arms around. And
I can see maybe Bobby Knight after throwing around
Rick
some.
Pitino back in the day.
Yeah, that's
Mike
definitely the case.
Krzyzewski.
Krzyzewski. Hey, by the way, I have not been into a locker room in about 20 years, so I don't know what's happened recently.
You just said Adrian now?
Yeah, exactly. I don't, because now I've kind of transitioned from going into locker rooms. Now I take my son back to the car and we go home after games. So that's kind of my new thing.
For those of you who cannot be with family this Thanksgiving, we're very jealous.
Reliving past buyers eligible plan coverage and other restrictions apply. Visit att.com/one network for details.
Originating in El Paso for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
It's Alberto and Joanna in the morning. Whoop, because Buzz is out after getting a bit of a tummy ache. I'm pretty sure he upset himself so much that he gave himself a stomach ache.
He literally said on his way out, last thing he said, he was, and I feel some diarrhea coming. And I was like, what? How do you feel that coming?
I mean, I wasn't going to say that on air, but that's exactly what he said.
Nice. I was like, take care of that, brother.
Also, he couldn't remember his password this morning, and he was already getting like old man upset. Yes, I'm supposed to be his password manager, but Buzz has not been giving me his password lately.
His password gave him IBS. Can you believe that?
It triggered it.
He had to go home.
Nico's also out for the day. So it's just Alberto and I. Alberto, people are giving us suggestions of what we should bring to the company potluck for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's already tomorrow, and I don't know what I'm bringing. But somebody gave us good suggestions, like just go to Village Inn and get pies.
Yeah,
Bam.
or Costco.
Or
Carlos said Costco.
Yeah, get a pie. A lot of people are saying green bean casserole, easy to make. I've never even had green bean casserole.
I can't even run a board. I can't cook. I'm just kidding. I could try. I actually don't have an oven, really. So if it requires an oven, count me out.
If it requires an oven, already out.
Yeah. Did I tell you about my oven?
You told me about the air fryer.
No, I tried to use my oven like a long time ago, and like it didn't really work, but it started smelling like gas. So I was like, I'm not going to use this. I was like, the grills are good as long as the top works.
Something's going on with your appliances for sure.
So if I ever don't come in,
it's
my place might have gone boom.
Somebody check his house. Somebody said Watergate salad. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
It's where they catch you trying to steal from the other political party.
Undead G says, go to Sam's. They have pre-cooked mac and cheese, and you just throw it in the oven, or get one of those big pumpkin pies.
You see,
a fruit tray.
Okay. I actually thought about just getting something like he said at Sam's, but it was just like, well, are they going to say something because that's lazy? Or like it's not, I didn't make it? Are they going to say something?
Right. First of all, I'm bringing something.
Yeah.
You didn't say I had to make it.
You don't want me making it. You don't want to eat something if I've made it. The odds of you getting salmonella, high.
Someone said just take plates and napkins. But they already sent an email where they're like, we're providing that already.
Dang it. I might just show up with a whole bunch of hugs. Just be like, I got hugs for everybody.
Lizzie says, hear me out. Bring something from the Peanuts special. Pretzels, popcorn, jelly beans, and buttered toast. Which is cute, actually. And if they don't get the reference, well, that's tough. But Alberto and I think we're just going to go with something already made.
Yeah, maybe like pies or something.
Pies? You bring the pies. I'll bring a fruit tray.
Yeah, just don't be a Michael Scott and leave it in the hot car. Get everyone sick right before.
Everyone's going to get sick. That would suck. Like, we come back from the holiday and it's like somebody got sick from that potluck.
It'd be like, oh, wait. Those oysters I left in my car weren't good. Darn it, guys! I'm sorry.
That sounds like something Buzz would do.
Yeah.
Once
and then
again,
he wouldn't eat them. Like he'd bring something bad, wouldn't eat it. Everyone else gets sick.
We
and
all
Buzz
get
is fine.
sick. I'm just gonna maintain that if anybody gets sick, we blame it on Buzz,
even though he wasn't there.
Buzz is the one who did it. We are gonna be switching gears here because I think everyone's gonna be talking about Thanksgiving, so it's not such a big topic. But how do you feel about going on a first date to a fast food location?
You know, that's tricky. That's definitely tricky. I've already come on air and said I'm the guy that not even use a discount code or a coupon on a first date. So to go to a whole fast food place, some girls won't even accept that. They'll be like, no.
Don't take me there.
They want to go somewhere nice, somewhere where you sit down. Not that you can't sit down at a fast food place, but
we can still sit down at a McDonald's.
When you brought this up, what was the first thing I said?
You said, God, I'm waiting for something like that to happen.
Yeah. No, I said Chick-fil-A is the only place where it's acceptable.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that. A new survey asked 3,000 single men and women how they'd feel about a fast food first date, where 54% of men said they're totally into it. And surprisingly, this is the surprising part, 66% of women said that they would also be down for a fast food first date. 56% said they are willing to even split the bill. So in this case, you would both order separately at the counter. Now, when they were asked about their top choice fast food joint, what it would be, the most popular option for the first date was Chick-fil-A.
Ooh,
it was
ding,
number
ding, ding, ding.
one as the
nicest.
top choice.
It's the nicest. It's like the high-end fast food.
High-end fast food.
It's pretty much a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
not
much.
bad. That if you're taking me to Chick-fil-A on the first date, boom, we're making out at the end of it.
Chick-fil-A is kind of the high tier. What if they take you to Burger King or Wendy's, though?
Burger King is a little bit lower on the list, so much that it's not even on this overview
You
of
see?
it.
You see what I mean?
But McDonald's came in at number 2.
Wow, that's high.
That is kind
What
of
if
high,
I'm
right?
using my McDonald's app? What if I tell you only order from the discounted section of this app? I wonder how that would go for me.
If you start telling them
You can't
only
get that.
order from this one.
No,
now
you can't
you're
get the
pushing
combo.
it.
No, you can't get the combo.
If you're telling me I can't get fries, we're not making out at the end, all right?
What if I tell you no fries but a McFlurry? That would be
You're all
good.
choose between the fries or the McFlurry.
You can't get both. But yeah, I don't think that would go well for me. If I asked a girl, hey, let's go on a first date to Chick-fil-A. First date, I'm sure 90% of the girls would say no.
Do you remember, I don't know if you remember, this was a couple of years ago maybe, there was this chick that was all like, if you take me to Chili's on the first date, it's an automatic no. And it turned into this whole thing of like, don't take me to Chili's, don't take me to Applebee's on the first date. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? I freaking love Applebee's.
The thing is, she said, I'm not even going to go. So it's like, if you suggest these places, I'm saying no. So it's like even worse than that. She's not even letting you take her to those places. But yeah, I don't know. Some girls hate them. Actually, had that happen to me recently. A girl, I told her, hey, let's go on a date. It was after football Friday nights. I was like, she was like, you pick. I was like, all right, Chili's.
Oh,
and she's like,
nice.
no, not there.
What?
And I was like, what?
First of all, that late at night, Chili's was probably the only
one of
option
the
that was
only
still
ones.
open.
Exactly. And especially on a Friday. And I was like, well,
and a cute guy is
come on,
asking
dude.
you to go to dinner.
Let me see if I can find the
Alberto's
exact
very handsome,
conversation.
ladies.
Chili's.
All right.
Chili's.
Well, coming in at number 3 was Dairy Queen for a first date fast food date.
Dairy Queen?
Dairy
That's another
Queen.
high-end one.
That's a pretty nice one because at the end you can get ice cream.
Yeah. If it's
Continue
going
to-
well, and if it's not, you'll just leave.
Then coming in after that was Wendy's with them spicy nugs.
And the chili.
And the chili. And then at the end, number 5, Subway.
Subway, I don't really like it. Do you? I feel like this quality
Every
of
now
the-
and then I
of
want a
the-
sandwich.
Me too, but then I'll go, and then the quality of the sandwich is really not what I wanted it to be. And the tomatoes are bad, and the lettuce is
And
bad,
you're
and I'm like, yo, I'm
can
never.
you not give me that tomato right there?
Yeah.
Give me the one underneath it. It looks fresher.
And then all the employees put the ingredients on like they charge them. It's like, dude, it's not
But
coming
not
out of
that
your
mayonnaise. They like to just
Oh, just
plop that
squirt
all
it.
over it. And I have to tell them not too much mayonnaise.
I like
please.
the sweet onion sauce.
The sweet onion sauce is good.
Or I think that's what it's called. Well, look, this is what I told this girl.
You have the
Chili's,
text.
haha, so don't hate me. I don't like that place, TBH.
Oh no!
How do you not like Chili's?
And
dude?
then did you offer okay, Applebee's?
No, because that's even worse. I feel like Chili's is a step above Applebee's. What do you think?
I disagree.
Applebee's doesn't even have the triple dipper.
Yeah, but Applebee's has the 2 for $26.
But Chili's has they have a similar deal, and they have the 3 for $10.
And sometimes at Applebee's they have those all-you-can-eat boneless wings, and those are good.
that's
Or a
true.
Dollarita.
And my old astronomy teacher was posted up at the one on the west side. He's like on the wall.
Like no more Dollaritas for this person? Or?
No, he's a good man. Like if you go to the Applebee's on the west side on Mesa, he's like on the way to the bathroom. He's on the wall because he was a golf coach at Coronado and they won something, and he's like plastered on the way to the bathroom.
Wow.
May he rest in peace. He's there. Every time I go, I almost break down crying because he was so cool. Mr. Pounds.
And so then you just didn't go on the date with this chick?
No, because it was like Friday night, and she's like canceling, like you're saying no to Chili's for no good reason. She's like, I don't like it. And it's like, well, dude, like, what's
Maybe
wrong?
You should have been like, Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I could have probably said Chick-fil-A, but it's like, you tell me that you want me to pick, and then when I pick, you say no, but you don't even rebuttal with something. Usually, if I'm going to say no, I'll be like, no, I don't like that, but let's do this. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, dude, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, then we're not going to do this anyway.
Yeah, that's just how I felt.
How do you feel about a fast food joint? For a first date, let us know in the app chat, or you could call into the neckline at 844-805-6325. That's 844-805-NECK. And let us know, fast food on a first date, yes, no, and which fast food place are you taking your date to? Right now, let's get into a best of clip.
Also, I did have to make some clarifications and read some of the...
do you have to do any corrections or retractions?
No.
Okay.
No, not a correction or retraction.
I got it ready here if you need.
No, more just a clarification. So we've been talking about ambulances. Actually, you got a call from Tracy about ambulances. I don't know if you just saw that.
Yeah, I saw it.
So we were talking about your ambulance ride to the urgent care after your face melted. Or whatever happened to it?
It just kind of got busted in. The teeth, fortunately, took most of the brunt.
You look better afterwards, weirdly enough. So I was saying that I didn't have to get a class or do anything for the ambulance. I never worked for the fire department. So that's the primary ambulance service in the city.
I don't think it was the fire department that came and got me. Do they show up in fire trucks or do they have ambulances?
Yeah, they have ambulances.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you would even remember who picked you up.
So I worked for private companies, third party. Although I worked for one that did the county, El Paso County, 911. But anyways, so I've never, I can't speak to the El Paso Fire Department. I'm sure they have lots of very specific standards for how to drive all of their equipment.
So you were talking about the private company that you worked for, not the fire department,
right? Companies, I've worked for several.
Now, would a fire department ambulance charge the same thing that a private company ambulance would charge?
In general, the cost is high for all medicine.
I'm sure there's still some charge.
I actually don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I remember, we would charge a full box to every patient of gloves.
We're going to bill this patient for an entire box of gloves.
Yes.
Well, that sounds like kind of rip off a little bit.
I guess. I don't know.
Do you give the patient the box of gloves afterwards?
No.
Okay, well, that sounds shady as hell.
Well,
cool.
But for one patient,
right. Joanna, am I right?
For one patient, you potentially could go through that many.
But did you?
You would have to count on average. Then what's your average number per patient? So it's just for accounting purposes. It's easier.
Every
to just
movie or TV show I've ever seen, there are two ambulances. There's a driver, and then there's another ambulance. So that's a grand total of 4 gloves.
No, you don't know that. Wait, Buzz didn't believe this earlier when I said that the fire truck has to go out with the ambulance to all the calls, and he was like, "Well, there's always somebody at the station left." No, most of the time the station's empty when they get a call because everybody goes out to it because you might need more than one EMT to be in the back of the ambulance with them.
Oh.
You probably needed more than one person in that back with you.
Yeah.
There might have been more people back there for I did kind of lose consciousness again. Not a concussion, but I remember them waking me up because I wasn't supposed to fall asleep.
There were at least 2 people. Yeah. I guarantee you there were at least 2 people in the back with you.
It was an accident by misadventure, I think is the term that they use for that, and not the last, not the only one I've ever had.
No, that's why in the month of August we put you in a bubble.
Hey, Buzz, your ambulance story causes me to remind everybody of why Medicare is so great. I've been in an ambulance at least 8 times in the last 4.5 years, at least 8 times, and because I'm on Medicare, it costs me nothing.
God,
Oh, that's
Zero.
great. Good.
So that's why Medicare is great. And that's why people should always keep that in mind when they're voting, is that if we eliminate Medicare, I'm bankrupt. Bye.
You know what? I couldn't agree with Tracy more on this, and I've had this exact thought when transporting, because I don't know if you guys knew this either. El Paso has the largest number of dialysis centers per capita than any other city.
Does it really?
Yeah, we have the largest number of dialysis centers.
What's the medical condition that you need to be in dialysis for?
Renal failure, kidney failure.
Yeah.
So they basically, are purifying your blood for you, and it's because it's a side effect of diabetes.
Diabetes, that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a side effect of diabetes, which we have a lot of in town, and so taking people from hospitals or nursing homes to dialysis, because you need to get it done like twice a week, 3 times a week.
Wait, the ambulance would take the person to get their dialysis?
Absolutely.
Yeah, some ambulances will
Absolutely.
transfer the patient.
And it's free?
It's free. Because
like if they live in an assisted
Why
living
does that
facility, they need to go get that treatment.
I know I should be happy for the people.
You should be.
But I'm not. I'm pissed.
Because you had to pay $9,000.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you should be pissed at your health insurance.
Yeah.
I had a ambulance ride recently. Actually, it was on Cinco de Mayo. And from the intersection of Lackland and Hamilton down there to Thomason Hospital or UMC, the fire department ambulance, $800.
That's pretty cheap.
So that's about what they're charging now for that mileage. They charge you for a little bit for mileage too, but yeah, $800. It took about 9 minutes to get there. Have a good day.
That sounds actually pretty cheap.
That does sound pretty good.
Compared to my
you got
story.
ripped off.
Yeah.
Going back to Buzz's accident, wasn't the sleeping pill one of his dog's pills?
No.
And also, Joanna, can we get you to go ahead and play the Benny Hill music in the background whenever he tells this story? All right.
No, first of all, let me correct you. When I had my accident on my bicycle, I had not taken.
Let me explain this.
I had not taken any medication for canines. That's ridiculous. That was
Excuse me, sir.
It was a completely different incident.
Mute button.
Shut up, Buzz.
All right.
Go ahead. You do it. I'm turning my microphone off, but this is playing in the background the whole time.
Buzz had several incidents where he needed help. All right. No, you had the first one where you effed your face up.
That was bad.
And then the teeth came out. But then only like 6 months.
A year later.
It was a year because it always happened in
August.
August, right? So a year later, I'm hanging out with Buzz, and he finds some old pills for his dogs that were prescribed for pain, or they were prescribed for, or was it Ivan's old pill?
Okay, what, Buzz? He's raising his hand.
You're either going to be picky about the dog that it was for, or
it was expired.
I have my hand in the air so I can take the mute off.
Yes.
Go on.
All right, so I had just returned from vacation, nice time, and I'd found when I got back, oh no, I'm out of my Lunesta, which is a prescription that helps you fall asleep. And so I started getting really anxious about not being able to sleep. So I'm just going through the medicine cabinet looking for anything that might, be a sedative of some kind.
I'm not sure this helps the story.
Buzz has a dependency issue.
So I find one, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember this when they gave it. I was taking my dogs on a long trip, and I'm supposed to give it to them, and they just kind of snooze for the trip and, don't get too uncomfortable in a long truck ride.
Let me just say,
they rode in the front with me. But anyway, I took the dog.
This wasn't any, sleeping pill for dogs. This was a tranquilizer that vets use, and Buzz was like, well, this might as well work for me,
right,
too.
And it was expired. And by a way, if you're disgusted by what I'm saying, I'm just telling you the truth, man.
Yeah.
I thank you for being honest.
Yeah, thank you for being honest.
This is a negative example of how you're supposed to behave.
Yeah,
kids.
Don't live your life like this.
So I did a little math. It's like, my dogs probably weigh 75 pounds. So let's say I weigh 3 times as much as my dog. I better take 3 of their pills.
Logic is terrible.
That's girl math right there.
Mm-hmm. And?
Buzz
okay,
now.
and I'm on the patio outside reading a book or I was probably smoking a cigarette and
You were
drinking.
smoking.
Yeah, I was probably smoking and drinking. But then I hear some taps at the outdoor patio window, just like tap, 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 tap. And I look, and it's Buzz sprawled out on the floor, and his fingers are tapping the bottom pane of the of the door.
I was just lucky. I'm glad you're not an earbud person because you never would have
Yeah,
responded.
you would have been screwed.
Yeah, seriously. So then,
guys, it's not funny. This was a really stupid thing to do.
It was really funny. It was really
so
stupid.
stupid. Dog tranquilizers.
Some people, most people love them.
Did you have to take it with cheese?
Yeah, no, I had to.
Get it in some ham.
I put it in like 1/4 of a hot dog.
So you find Buzz on the floor.
I find him on the floor, and I'm like, "What?" And he's trying to explain to me what happens, but he can't really talk great. And
because my face had started to it felt like it was melted.
Yeah, I was kind of concerned about some of these things, but I ruled him out, and I realized that he's just on this thing.
I did not go to the hospital.
Well, because what happened is he fell, right?
No, I didn't.
Well,
I
hold on, just let me say this. All right?
It wasn't a fall.
Because I tried to stand Buzz up to get him to walk to his, and I had no idea what happened. So I tried to
He
get.
can't explain what happened.
He can't really explain.
What?
So I
Buzz,
tried.
he has his hand up again.
I try to get him up, and he can't. He falls back down. And I go, this is weird. So I thought at the time, well, maybe it's affecting his lower legs, and he couldn't stand up, and so he just starts crawling, so on all fours, and I'm just kind of like,
no.
I'm guiding
dragging
him.
myself with my arms and elbows, like
you were like kind of on like this
World War II Army style, like going under the barbed wire or whatever.
I'm shepherding him. I'm shepherding him like a dog. And so,
appropriately so,
like a cattle dog, like an Australian cattle dog.
Okay, can I interject one thing?
Hold on. So it turns out the next day we find out when he collapsed, he had torn his entire calf muscle or something.
I think the most No. It was my foot, dude.
Or the foot. What? Did you break it or?
So I stood up after doing this, and you ever seen a controlled demolition of an old building or something where they blow it up in such a way that it just
kind of falls in place?
That's what my leg did, and it just buckled, and I think the foot specialist had said they had never seen, and I think the word they used was such catastrophic damage.
Well,
oh my God.
But I didn't know when I tried to pick him up. He didn't tell me his foot was hurt at all.
I thought at that point I was like, oh, I sprained my ankle. But no, sir, it was
You did
bad.
catastrophic damage.
Catastrophic.
Okay, so then I get Buzz into bed, and he stop it! Ah! I get Buzz into bed,
which you've been trying to do for years.
Shut.
Look, she's laughing so hard she turned her microphone off.
Oh my God.
So at that point, I realized that he just needs to wait it out. Like his pulse and everything was fine. He wasn't diaphoretic. His pupils were reactive.
Your training kicked in.
Yeah, I was like, I know what to look forward to, like for severe immediate distress, and he wasn't in it.
Why did you think I'd be diabetic?
I didn't say that. What do you mean?
What did you think he checked?
So, but then he goes, no, stay with me. I don't want to pass out. I don't want to die.
I'm right. At this point, I was worried that if I went to sleep, I would die.
So he's like, stay with me. Stay with me. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay near your bed.
So hopefully telling the story again will accomplish, I hope, one thing. Sometimes when people have a disagreement with me, usually on politics, it seems like that's where some people will bring up, well, what do you expect from a complete moron who takes dog medication? Dude, point made.
Yeah,
you don't have to bring it up.
right.
Point made. I'm on your side.
Exactly.
So now that we've told this story again.
Oh, I did not stay in the room, by the way. I did move out.
And play the Benny Hill music in the background.
Yeah, they were playing the Benny Hill music.
I went back to the patio.
And I
and you were
went to the hospital the next day.
You went to the.
It was like catastrophic. But I avoided a $9,000 ambulance ride. You know why? Because the bicycle accident had happened the year before,
Yes.
almost to the day. as the dog pill incident.
And then the next year,
Oh my God. Buzz.
Stay with me.
I
don't want to sleep.
I don't want to die.
Those things are strong, man. The stuff they give to make your dogs behave on a long road trip are strong.
Hey, but just curious, what do you prefer, pedigree or kibbles and bits?
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday,
ends with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
It's Joanna and Alberto in the morning. Buzz is out for the day, as is Nico.
Nico tagged along. He was like, no, please don't make me.
It's already a pretty short week for us because of the holiday. And Buzz is already starting out with his, I don't feel good.
Yeah, he was like, I feel a big one coming. I was like, what the?
I don't want to say it on air, but yeah, that's exactly what he said. But it's not going to be best of all week, I promise you. Tomorrow, they should be back, and we should have a full-on show tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow's also the day of our company potluck, and Alberto and I think we've decided what we're bringing. I think Alberto said
Good
pies.
vibes? Oh.
Good vibes.
I'm bringing some pies. What are you going to bring?
I'm going to hit up Vista and get some of that brisket and chile con queso.
That's good. I thought you were going to say some tortillas. I was like, I don't think we're going to use tortillas.
You never know, man.
That's true. You're like, that's why I keep an emergency pack in the car. Wow.
But thank you to everyone who made that suggestion. That is, I think, the way I'm going to go. But earlier, we were talking about fast food on a first date, where 2 and 3 women said, yes, they totally are down for fast food on the first date. 66% of women said yes, and 54% of men said they are into it. And the number one choice for fast food on a first date, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, they fancy.
And then that's when our co-worker Ira said, "Oh, that means you got money, money."
I was about to remember that video? It's like that girl. She's ordering at a fast food place, and he's like, "Go ahead, get the large." And she's like, "Oh, you got money." That's literally what Iris did.
She literally did say it like that.
But
Chick-fil-A followed by McDonald's, number 2. But then we had a very, very sweet call from Pinky.
Yep.
Please tell us what Pinky. You talked to Pinky.
Yeah, a long-time listener, and he's told me this before. That so Pinky grew up out in Socorro, and he was like growing up in the 60s and 70s. And he told me that what he used to like to do for dates was to take ladies into town, because he lived out in Socorro. He's like drive into town and usually hit one of 2 spots, or 3 spots really. So the Oasis, A&W root beer, and a drive-in theater. So, you just go to the one of those 2 first spots, like the Oasis or the A&W root beer, and get a burger, some shakes or something, and you sit in the privacy of your own car and you just kind of talk. And that was
amazing.
Cool, yes. And then, he said the other alternative was to stop at a Whataburger, get a bunch of stuff, burgers, fries, shake, and then go to the drive-in theater and just sit in your car. You have a little food, you're watching the movie, and that was, you're spending quality time together, and you came into town.
Cute.
It was awesome.
I've done a Sonic date before. Those are a lot of fun, because I guess really what it boils down to is getting to know the other person, talking to them, and just, I guess, the quality of the conversation is what's more important than the food that you're eating.
Yes, and then the pro of being in the car at the restaurant, really, and at the drive-in theater is, like, if you want to talk over the movie, you can. Or if you want to talk about stuff that you probably shouldn't be talking about in public, you can in the car.
In the car, yeah.
That's awesome.
Those are cute dates.
The thing is, what would happen now if you try to take a girl to a car date only?
I don't know.
That'd be hard. Is there a drive-in theater that doesn't show explicit films?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe you think you can
imagine they're like, let's go to the drive-in. Then you're like, there's only one.
You're like, are you
And
sure?
he's like,
That's whoa.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
You're like, whoa.
Whoa, on the first date. But fast food dates on the first date. Chick-fil-A. Although I do like the idea of a Sonic date. That's cute.
Yeah, just sitting in the car.
That is fun.
There's like a romance about that.
You learn a lot. It is. It's all about who you're with, the quality of the conversation and stuff like that. Pinky, that was just the cutest call ever.
Yeah, I really liked it. And it's
Meanwhile, in our app chat, Johnny is saying, Wingstop on the first date to see how good she cleans the bone.
Oh, God. Dear Lord.
Al says, I'm okay with fast food on a first date, but I appreciate the thought or effort put into a sit-down restaurant, especially if we have talked about food or places we like or want to try. I guess it all boils down to the quality of the conversation and the intentions the person has. Went on a date to Taco Bell and loved it because I felt like this person was really listening to me while getting to know each other. After weeks prior, I'd briefly mentioned being excited for the caramel apple empanadas being added to the menu again.
You see, when you make it about trying something or trying to one particular item, then they'll be cool
cute.
about it.
And then our co-worker Iris brought up a good point. She said, fast food on a first date is great if it's part of something else. Like, let's say we did, I don't know, paintball earlier in the day.
Or we're going to a movie later.
Or we're going to a movie later. Like, fast food would be appropriate, which is also not a good idea. I can tell you right now, gentlemen, it doesn't take much. All a woman wants to know is that you're putting an effort into seeing her and getting to know her.
And having conversation.
It should not matter where the first date is. But if she's saying, no, I don't like chilies on the first date, I think that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, it really bummed me out because I really love chilies. I'm a chili head. I'm a chili head at heart. That's what they call their employees.
Oh, yeah.
Chili heads.
And Alberto is a certified one.
I was a
Somebody
former chili
go to
head.
Chili's with Alberto. He's not ugly, I can tell you, ladies. He's very thoughtful, too.
And we can share a triple dipper. I won't even eat that much.
All right, let us know in the app chat. Fast food on the first date. We've also asked it over on our Instagram. Let us know if you're going on a fast food first date, which one are you going to first? Because Chick-fil-A has made it number one. I would say Taco Bell is also a good one.
Is Chico's Tacos fast food?
Oh.
We haven't even thought about that.
I have not.
It's like a very regional, local thing.
Very regional. But yeah, you get to sit down. There's
that. Like you're
There's
sitting.
a jukebox. You can choose music.
Really? There is? I didn't know that.
You could choose the tone you want your date to be.
And there's burgers, there's fries,
burgers,
there's tacos.
Yeah.
That might be the new spot.
That's a good question. Chico's Tacos on the first date.
I think it's since it's so polarizing in the city.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are just
are just going to be like, no, I don't like it.
And you'll probably never hear from that person again. So they'll probably judge you to the fact they're like, wait, this person eats Chico's.
Yeah, and if the person tells me, I don't like it because the cheese is gross, that just signals to me you have not evolved. Your stomach has not evolved to handle it, and you're not going to be able to.
You're not going to love what I provide.
Exactly.
It's like if you don't like the government cheese, you're going to hate what I got for you.
Yeah, you're going to hate what comes next.
I have the relationship equivalent of government cheese.
Oh, Padilla says Pizza Hut when they allowed dine-in.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they used to have like a salad bar?
Yeah, they used to have it
shout out to
all
salad bar.
at Pizza Hut. That was good. That's a good date. Oh, pizza places. You know where I've had a first date before? Peter Piper.
Peter Piper Pizza?
Peter Piper Pizza. And
That's a good one because of the buffet. Pinky just texted me that there are no regular drive-ins anymore in El Paso, and I can attest to this. But I actually have been, Pinky, I have been on a first date at a drive-in back in Houston. They have one out in Tomball.
Oh, nice.
And we did get Chick-fil-A. Look, it's like everything is hitting the spots. We bought Chick-fil-A before. The thing is, though, we got there at the time, like right before the movie was going to start, and we started eating the Chick-fil-A, and the movie didn't start for like another 45 minutes. So we ate all the Chick-fil-A before the movie started. That sucked. And then we were kind of like, well, I want more food. Like, I was like, they haven't got anything close. But that was awesome. I forgot about that drive-in experience. And they did it via, you tune your radio to a certain thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. But there's not any regular ones here, unfortunately.
That does kind of suck that we don't have regular ones.
That's more like of a 10th date thing, not a first date thing here in El Paso. A drive-in theater? You got to know.
Well, I mean, the drive-in theater we have here, that's like a 10th date.
Yeah, that's a serious step.
Let's get into a best of clip. What's this one called, Alberto?
This one's called Nico's Today Years Old List.
All right, hit it.
You have some Today I Learned?
I do.
Things that people found out well into adulthood.
Fun.
All right. I was today years old when I found out that the division symbol is just a blank fraction with dots replacing the numerator and denominator.
What?
You know what numerator and denominator are, right?
Nope.
Oh, man, I was not paying attention. Say that again.
I just found out that the division symbol, the divide symbol, is just a blank fraction with dots replacing the numerator and the denominator.
Oh, my God, I was today
Tell
years
me
old.
what the division symbol looks like.
You know what it looks like? He just said it. It's a
line and a dot on top and on bottom.
One on top and one on the bottom.
It's not on your keyboard.
No, it's not going to be on the keyboard.
Well,
Oh, my God.
I can't even picture.
Draw it for him on the whiteboard.
No, it's going to be too much. All right, moving on.
Oh, Buzz.
I was today years old when I realized that buttload was an actual measurement.
We got into this discussion yesterday because he quizzed me. Do you know what a buttload measures? And my guess was something to do with alcohol.
And
wow.
Yeah, you are correct. But
And then Nico came in and he's like, did you know that buttload is an actual form of measurement?
it is. One buttload is 477 liters.
Well, the way he stated it was, did you know buttload is an actual measure? And do you know what it measures? And I said, it has something to do with alcohol.
Yes. Okay. So Buzz is. Let's give you your due in validation. Buzz knew when I asked him.
Okay. So how much is a buttload?
A buttload is about 26 gallons. Okay. So these were big, giant barrels of wine. They would call it casks. And there were different sizes of them. So the biggest one was called a ton. And the second biggest one was called a butt. B-U-T-T.
How is ton spelled?
T-U-N.
A ton.
I knew that was a word, and Wordle won't accept it.
But it goes on from a butt to a puncheon to a hogshead to a tierce, a barrel, a runlet, a kilderkin, a fierkin, and a pin. Those
We
are all
also
the different
found
sizes.
out in our investigation, we found out that there is a thing called a bunghole.
The bunghole?
And the bunghole
Tell
is
us
in the
what
butt.
the bunghole does.
Okay, so when you open up a cask of wine, you need to put a hole in the side of the butt. So the bunghole goes in the butt.
She does. Oh.
All facts. These are all facts. You know, you can get 477 liters out of the bunghole.
Wow. Americans will use everything except the metric system. It's a buttload.
This probably goes back hundreds of years, though, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
hundreds of years. I wonder if they still do call it a butt, though.
And a bunghole.
All right, that was good.
That was good stuff right there.
I gotta get through the bunghole to get a buttload. God, how often do we get to talk like this on the regular radio?
Yep.
Fantastic.
I was today years old when I realized American Gothic depicts a farmer and his daughter, not his wife.
The deal with the old man standing next to and they both look real serious. That's
the
supposed to be
daughter?
the daughter of the old man.
Is
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw a picture of the people they used as the models because this painting was made in the 1900s. They had a picture of the models and they look exactly like that.
The painter's sister Nan, who modeled as the woman in the painting, was embarrassed about being depicted as a wife of a man twice her age. And she started telling people that her brother envisioned the couple as a father and daughter, not husband and wife.
Oh.
Although the painter, Grant Wood himself, remained vague on that point.
All right.
Oh my God, it does look like them.
All right. I was today years old when I found out the voices for Musafa. What was it in The Lion King? Mufasa, yeah.
Say it again.
God, even I know that. Mufasa.
I was today years old when I found the voice actors for Mufasa and Sarabi were also played by the king and queen of Zamunda in Coming to America.
Yeah, they were.
Who was Sarabe?
The wife of Mufasa, Simba's mom.
I didn't even know she had a name.
Sarabi.
James Earl Jones's wife in Coming to America.
Oh.
did the voice for Sarami.
Did you know that, Joanna?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
one of my
nice.
favorite facts.
One of your favorite facts?
Your son was played by Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Matthew Broderick when he got older.
I was today years old when I found out that bathing loofahs are fruits. The loofahs, actual...
I'm sorry. I got to Wikipedia this.
Yep.
Dude, I have spent many nights awake just watching people growing loofahs, and then they clean them off, and they're loofahs, but they're grown like fruit.
Loofahs are grown.
How do you spell loofah?
L-O-F-A-H.
It's actually spelled L-U-F-F-A.
Oh, well, that's the plant. Also spelled loofah.
Fruits of the species...
Whatever.
Mechalekahai, Mecahymio, or whatever. It is cultivated and eaten as a vegetable. People eat loofahs?
Yeah.
I thought they were sponges.
They are now.
No, but I mean the sea creature.
Oh, you thought that? No, they're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Just watch all them TikTok videos.
I was today years old.
I've got too many extraction videos to watch.
When I discovered that the green and brown M&Ms from the M&M commercials are the only female ones, and they're actually lesbians.
No.
Are they lesbians?
Look it up. Miss Brown and Miss Green are each other's significant others.
How do you...
M&M, dude.
M&M
It's two M's.
Two M's, Buzz.
But there's that
and
there's an ampersand.
Ampersand. Wait, are those M&M's lesbians? Is the first thing that comes up.
I really thought
The answer might be yes.
I really thought the Fox News personalities were ridiculous when they were going into the sexuality of the M&Ms.
But maybe they're not.
But it doesn't sound like they started it. Wait a minute. Why would M&Ms have... They don't... Okay.
Just tell me why.
Chocolate brand actually made the subtle revelation on Twitter a couple of years ago. God. The official M&M Twitter account shared a picture of the two female characters on a beach holding hands. Well...
You guys are too into this.
Well, because this stupid article takes forever to give me the answer.
Yeah, right. You can tell that they had a word minimum requirement to get paid for this article.
All right.
Maybe Sean Hannity was onto something there. There are gay candies.
I was today years old when I learned that the word footage refers to the fact that motion picture film is measured in feet.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Vaguely. I think I had an idea that was true. Not surprised. It's not like M&M lesbian surprising.
And finally, I was today years old when I actually have another one. I was today years old when I found that the houses in Bikini Bottom from SpongeBob are car mufflers that fell into the ocean due to pollution.
What?
No, he lives in Pineapple.
Well, he does, but
the
SpongeBob houses
and the Krusty Krab is not a motor part.
And
Squidward lives in a tiki idol.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other ones that are car mufflers.
Let's look at SpongeBob houses.
And
even the chum bucket is not. It's a bucket. It's not an automotive part. I think I've named every. Sandy's habitat is not. You can. I see. You didn't know that
Joanna,
I was such an expert on SpongeBob.
Will you help me look this up?
Other houses are car mufflers. This says.
Okay, there you go. And finally, I was today years old when I learned that Steve from Blue's Clues married Lunette the Clown from Big Comfy Couch.
I did see you share that one yesterday.
What?
I don't know what big comfy couch is.
You don't know what big comfy couch is?
Did you not? Did you know this, Joanna?
I didn't either until you posted it.
Buzz has to look at the phone from 6 feet away.
I don't know this other. I know Blue's Clues, but I don't know the other one.
You never heard about big comfy couch?
No, nothing.
So it's this chick. How about? And there's this huge comfy couch.
And that's it?
Yeah, basically.
Is it kind of like geared toward the same age group as Blue's Clues would have been?
Yes.
So pretty little kids, right?
Yes.
How about this? Did you know?
Are you trying to top that one?
Yeah,
I got it. Did you know that Steve from Blue's Clues is the guy who sings the theme song on Young Sheldon?
Did you know the guy from
Steve acknowledge that?
Yes.
I want you to acknowledge that.
Amazing.
Yes, that's amazing.
a good one.
Did you know Steve from Blue's Clues is not dead?
Did not commit suicide.
I was today years old when I learned that the album cover for Mamma Mia, it's a stock photo that they just zoomed in on.
I can't.
Look up, Joanna, Mamma Mia stock photo.
Okay.
Okay, Buzz,
you ought to make these things that people don't have to visualize.
Yeah. All right,
you
how
should
about
have
this?
to go and look them up online.
Buzz, I was today years old when I realized that it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. It's a warning against going to sleep with a concussion.
Oh, he died?
Because you could fall into a coma and die.
Holy crap. It's raining, it's pouring.
And the old man is snoring.
He went to bed, bumped his head, couldn't get up in the morning.
What happened the next day?
He died.
Oh my God.
I gotta tell you, I'm not buying all of these 100%.
Whatever.
Okay, well.
I'm convinced on the M&M thing, I guess.
I guess they are lesbians.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Led Zeppelin to Soundgarden.
424. That's 424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the morning show that provides acceptable levels of social insanity.
Buzz on 95.5 KLAQ.
It's Joanna and Alberto in the morning. Buzz is out. Steve. He got himself so upset because he couldn't remember his password that he triggered like an IBS thing.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yes, please.
All right. I mean, look, he's getting older.
Yes.
So as he ages, certain things start to go away.
Sure.
Memory could be one of them. Because anybody who suddenly forgets their password after God knows how many years, you start to say, okay, that's a sign. But
it is.
But the point is this. If you forget a password, normally you have them saved somewhere. You put them either in your phone or in a safe place, and you write down the passwords, and only you know where it is. So that way, if this ever happens, rather than just work yourself into a tizzy where you lose control of your bowels, you would then be able to, find it and be like, oh yeah, that's what it is, and then start going again.
You would think, Steve, that sounds too logical for Buzz's complex mind.
I've said this for years, and I really believe this. Okay,
Yes.
Considering how much money he makes at this radio station, there is no excuse for him not to have an assistant.
That's what I was just thinking.
And
I'm so glad you brought that up because
yes,
I am supposed to be his password manager.
Oh my God.
Now, tell me or ask me how many times Buzz has given me his new password.
Let me guess. It starts with Z, ends with O, and rhymes with Nero.
Exactly. This morning, I'm all, you never gave me your new password. He's like, is it this one? And I'm all, I don't know because you never gave it to me. At that point, he's already like upset, throwing like a little bit of a tantrum. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Just go. I'm not going to be able to deal with you today.
Is that when you say to him, go home, pop a couple gummies, and just relax, and we'll see you in the morning.
I didn't say it in so many words, but yes. That's exactly what I told him. And he was like, well, now I think I have diarrhea.
Oh, my God.
He worked himself up.
I mean,
he really worked himself up.
I'm starting to think about this because I have had similar situations where I've gotten mad at certain things, and I've worked myself up. That being said, I have never worked myself up to the point where I've gone from perfectly feeling normal to diarrhea because of anxiety or stress or anything else. I mean, that's a different league. So analyze this. Number one, he's forgetting things he shouldn't forget. Number two, he's getting so worked up over it, he's losing control of his own bowels. And the guy is not even that old. I mean, let's be honest. He's middle-aged, which is fine, but come on, man. I'm only a few years younger than him, and I couldn't even conceive that particular scenario happening. No, couldn't.
Well, if you can't conceive it, I'm sure Buzz will still make it happen.
I can't wait. I mean, I hope he talks about this tomorrow morning. I really do.
I'm sure he's going to be real upset that we're even talking about it right now. So nobody tell him that I told you guys.
Well, the moral of the story is, don't forget your password. We're in the other studio doing the show right now. Simple as that.
I cannot believe he was already in a bad mood because he got here a little late, and then he was Steve. He was locked out
of his own
office.
He
didn't have the fob
of the entire station. He didn't have his key fob.
Oh.
And then so I get here. And he's like, what does it look like? And I have the key fob. And he's like, oh, that's what that is. It fell out of my pocket yesterday, but I didn't think it was the key to the station.
You know.
Plot twist, Steve. Iris and Grizz were here the whole time.
God. Were they really?
Yes.
So they could have just let him run in.
And he's all like, well, I was calling. And Iris is all, I don't answer the phone on your station.
Why doesn't he call their hotline? Does he even know their hotline?
I'm amazed he knows our hotline.
Guaranteed he doesn't, okay? There are so many things that listeners are learning in the last 5 minutes of this conversation about a man that's hosted Morning Drive in this city for 32 years. And I mean, it is mind-boggling sometimes what really goes on around here. And I've always
You
said...
would be amazed, listeners. You would be amazed.
That if people would pay $5 or $10 a month and they got to listen to all the conversation off, like during commercials, like a special feed.
Oh, dude, I think people would totally pay for that. Because the things we talk about in the commercial breaks...
Yep, and then get to listen to that stupidity. It would be absolutely phenomenal. So
we'd be banking it, Alberto.
You guys should. That is a great way to like have this place earn extra money, and then you guys can get little extra things here that you might need that aren't here. So
like new headphones.
Yeah, bingo. Like, you know what? Get about 10 subscribers, and after 3 months, suddenly, boom, presto, 5 sets of new headphones just arrive at the radio station.
We totally need those.
You're like, wow, thank you.
It's on
listeners.
my Christmas list. I need new headphones.
I've been looking for some too. Every time I see Steve, like every time the show starts, there's a shuffle for headphones. Yes, and then Steve comes up and he has his in a case, and his are perfect and they're cool and they're customized. And I'm like running around looking for headphones. I'm like
looking for ones that were both.
Let me tell you something. Okay, these first off, I'm wearing these are my all-time favorite headphones. They're the ones that
those are great.
They wore, you know what? Fraser Crane wore these on his show Frasier for years when he was hosting the radio show. The same exact headphones. They're the Sony's, and I think these are the model MDR 7506.
Sony's headphones are the best.
They're nice.
They're $100 headphones. And here's the best part about these headphones, okay? When you wear out the ear pads, which you will, I mean, you wear them every day, they will eventually wear out. You go on Amazon, you spend $20, you buy a set of replacements that are not made by Sony, but they're better. They'll last you another 2 or 3 years. And then when they start falling apart, you just buy another pair and they'll last you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
They are.
Steve is smart.
He is.
I remember I used to have some headphones like that the station gifted us. I loved those headphones, and I don't know what happened. They broke one day.
Can I tell you something? Just tell Buzz. You know what? Do me a favor. For Christmas, tell Buzz, do me a favor. For Christmas, can you buy me the same headphones you wear and as a Christmas gift? He's going to say yes. He'll buy them for you.
I'm sure he'll make me look for them on Amazon.
Find them. I'll send you the link when we get off the air.
Thank you, Steve. I need new headphones for
He's gonna buy you the Temu version.
He will no,
doesn't know how to use Temu yet.
Exactly. He's not advanced enough to go find
Not yet,
Temu.
at least.
So,
Let's get into some sports because I think we had a surprise yesterday.
We did. We had a big surprise yesterday.
Oh, why isn't it playing this call? We got a call from one of our favorites.
I can't wait to hear it.
You're up.
It's not playing. I don't know why it's not playing, but it's our Cowboys guy.
Is it muted?
It is not muted. It's just media file won't play.
Oh, yeah, it does that to me.
Why do you do
Whenever
that
the
to
intros
me?
won't play, that's what it does.
Well, here's what happened. The Cowboys beat the Commanders 34-26 yesterday, and it was it was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Chaotic is the best way to describe it. First off, the Dallas Cowboys did something they've never done in their team's history, and that is 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game, okay? And it all happened in the fourth quarter. Kevontae Turpin had a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, which gave the Cowboys a 10-point lead. And then as the Commanders came back and did the impossible, which was looked like they were going to tie the game with 21 seconds left, their kicker misses an extra point.
Uh-oh.
You never would expect to see that. It was a bad snap, but they got the hold down. The kid just missed the kick. Austin Siebert missed the kick. So it was a 1-point Cowboy lead, and on the ensuing onside kick, they returned it again for a kickoff touchdown. So this was an impressive, it's never been done. So the Cowboys win 34-26. Now, this is not something Cowboy fans wanted. Let me explain.
No?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Despite the fact that you beat your rivals in Washington and you gave and you handed the Commanders their 3rd straight loss, and now they're down to 7-5, the Cowboys, by winning, improved to 4-7. Now, if you're going to get a good draft pick and Dak's out for the rest of the year, you want to lose. You don't want to win. Most Cowboys fans will tell you, as much as we want to try to win games, hey, we know we're not going anywhere this year. Let's tank and get the best pick. Because the last thing you need the Cowboys to do is win 3 or 4 more games
and suddenly be good.
Well, they're not good, but they're not bad.
Not enough.
They're kind of they're in the middle. So now, instead of getting, let's say, a top 5 overall pick, maybe they're picking 12, 13, 14, like right in the middle. Because then you're not getting those can't-miss players. You're getting the guys that are supposed to be good, but you don't know for sure.
Right.
Like, this is a really tough spot for the Cowboys to be in right now.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to tell because of all the celebration videos that I saw yesterday. I think at that moment, that was the last thing on their minds.
Well, it's crazy because a lot of the Cowboy fans that I've talked to were not happy with yesterday's win. They weren't. Even though they beat Washington, which is a hated rival, they weren't happy because when you know your team's going nowhere and you know that there's nothing left in the season, the only thing you want to do is lose to get better draft picks. Now, it kind of goes against everything fans stand for because most of the time you want your team to win. You don't want your team to lose. Like in college, for example, let's do UTEP, okay?
Okay, yeah.
There is no draft pick if you're UTEP and you win 1 or 2 games. You don't get a high draft pick.
Okay.
It's just a bad season. So for UTEP or teams that are not doing as well, you want them to win. You don't want them to lose because the only thing losing will do would be helping you fire a coach when the time is right, but not in year 1 of a 5-year contract like UTEP has right now with their head coach, Scotty Walden. So you want them to win every single week, not get shut out 56-0 to Tennessee on Saturday, which happened. But what do you expect? They played the 10th ranked team in the country. That's what's going to happen. In the NFL, the worse you, in professional sports, the worse you are, the better the draft pick you get.
Okay.
So sometimes fans, when they reach a certain point, like the Jets season is over. They're done. They stink. Now lose because winning would do no good. All it'll do is, all it does is you're not making the playoffs, so it's no good. So you want to see your team lose to try to get a better draft pick.
See how I learned so much when Steve is here?
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Now I think I have this call ready.
Okay, cool.
I think we're good here.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da-da, woo! Dallas Cowboys won! Dallas Cowboys won!
There's joy in that voice.
Dallas Cowboys won! Dallas Cowboys won! Woo! They beat those Washington Commanders and whoop-ah! Take another one. Whoop-ah! Here, take another one. Woo! All right, Dallas Commanders. on, key up the music. Come on, Dallas. Dallas Cowboys. Woo! Yeah!
So exciting for them.
That's hilarious.
I love that call.
He's a happy guy.
He is.
And you know what?
Win or lose.
That's good. He is a diehard. He doesn't care about draft picks. He doesn't care. He just wants to see his team win every single week. That's what you want.
And he is there, win or lose. Good for him.
That's a diehard right there. That is a diehard.
Anything else in sports?
Well, let me say this. We had a lot of games yesterday in the NFL. Games of note. Interesting games, for that matter. Couple of good overtime games, especially with what happened with the Vikings and the Bears. 30-27 was the final in that one in OT. Looked like the Cowboys were going to overtime, but that didn't happen, as we talked about earlier. Packers crushed the 49ers 38-10. That was one of the big games of the weekend. Also, Broncos continue to play really well. 29-19. They beat the Raiders yesterday. Lions continue to roll over the Colts 24-6. Texans upset by the Titans. That's a big one, 32-27. Nobody expected that. Nobody expected the Chiefs to have to beat the Panthers on a last-second field goal, 30-27, as Patrick Mahomes engineered a drive late in the game for that win. And then the game that happened last night, the Sunday night game that everybody was excited about, involving I believe this was the Philadelphia Eagles and the Rams. All Eagles, 37-20, the final score over the Rams. Tonight, Ravens, Chargers. Should be a great game. Ravens are 7-4. Chargers are 7-3. We will have it for you on 600. Actually, no, we won't have it. We're going to have UTEP basketball. I should say that. We're going to. I will be live today at Border City Ale House. Now, that I will be for our Monday night party. But we've got UTEP basketball. Do you know this is another really cool subject? The Miners are they're in Vegas, and they are going to be playing in the Ball Dogs Classic, Joanna. This is it's 3 games in 3 days, and they will be playing San Jose State at 5:30 tonight in Las Vegas. So they will also play Long Beach State tomorrow, and then UNC Greensboro on Wednesday. So 3 games in 3 days for the Miners, and we will have that one for you starting at 6 on the Countdown to Tip-Off show right here at 600 ESPN El Paso. Actually, I'm looking right now. Yes, 6 o'clock, because the game tips off at 6:30 from Las Vegas. And yes,
I had a question from Pinky about that. What is the Flow Network? Asked Pinky, because UTEP's games tonight are on the Flow Network.
I don't know. It's a subscription service, that does not bode well. Now, what I haven't done yet, and I have to do this, is look up Stream East and see if that game will be streamed for free tonight on Stream East. I haven't seen that yet, so maybe that game will be available. I hope so. I just don't know, because I haven't checked yet to see if Stream East will have the game, and that would be probably the way for Miner fans to watch it if it's going to be there. Let me take a quick peek. I'm searching. I don't see it tonight. Unfortunately, all I see right now are professional games, not college games. So it's going to be difficult. You have to have a Flow Sports subscription. I don't even know what that is. So you have to just go Google Flow Sports. It's FLO, and you'll see how much that costs to try to watch these games over the next 3 days. Maybe that's cheap, and you can go and pay for that and do that. Or you can just tune in on 600 ESPN El Paso. We'll have it for you also on the 600 ESPN El Paso app and the UTEP app with John Teicher and Steve Yellen calling the action in this one.
Awesome.
Now, guys.
Yes.
Monday Night Football tonight. I mentioned I'm going to be out at the Ale House, 1506 Lee Trevino, for Baltimore and the Chargers. Now, I'm looking at Underdog Fantasy, and I'm checking out the popular picks for tonight. Joanna, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Derrick Henry is the running back for Baltimore.
All right.
The opportunity would be half a rushing or receiving touchdown. And if it's half and you go lower, that means he doesn't score at all. If it's lower than a half a touchdown, he doesn't get into the end zone. If you go higher, he gets into the end zone.
Okay.
So you can play either way. What do you think? You think Derrick Henry is going to score tonight, or do you think he's going to be out of the end zone?
Oh, man, don't ask me that. Alberto?
Who?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry? No,
Wake up,
he's
Alberto.
getting in. He's getting in. Derrick Henry's been automatic.
Okay, he
All
can
right.
get it, yeah.
What about J.K. Dobbins of the Chargers? 46.5 rushing yards, higher or lower?
That's who I've been. Oh, rushing yards?
Yes.
I think they're going to go. I'm going to go higher.
All right.
Oh, snap.
Alberto's giving you some picks, folks.
Yeah.
And, hey, if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports, Underdog is the place to be. With their Pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from, just like we talked about. And Underdog even puts the power to cash out in your hands. You can either keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. This season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like profit boosts. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts. You'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at a big W. Free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than half a yard for that pick to win. Plus, all new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with promo code KLAQ, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code KLAQ. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is with just toss, wash, wow for all day freshness.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, there's a new lifestyle out there that Nico is going to, with this music playing in the background, describe to us. He's going to tell us all about, Joanna, soft swinging.
Soft swinging.
That's right.
All right.
Soft swinging.
Put on like the sultry voice, Nico, as you do this.
Hello to all you kittens and cougars out there. What is soft swinging? Well, you may have remembered where you were when you found out about the Mom Talk scandal. No?
What?
The what?
What kind of scandal?
Well, it's called the Mom Talk scandal, and it is a scandal that involves several moms.
Is this about the Mormon moms?
Yep.
Okay.
Several moms, who showcased their
one.
Okay, it's about Mormon moms who showcase their families and were constantly showing off their mom skills on TikTok. Okay, actually, just turn this off.
I know what you're talking
Just turn this off because it's
mom skills.
Okay, thank you.
You don't want me to do that?
Yeah, no, it's just
too
distracting.
distracting.
Yeah, it's just distracting.
How about just the music?
Yeah,
keep
the
it
music.
keep it low though.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back in bed with Nico.
I'm back.
Okay, well,
What did he tell you?
okay. So one of these moms, Taylor Frankie Paul.
Is that three dudes' first names or one woman's
That's
name?
one woman. Hey, it's Taylor, Frankie, and Paul. We gotta.
That could be the infield for a baseball team.
So she announced via TikTok to all of her fans that she had engaged in soft swinging with some members of the other moms.
The Mormon Mom Club.
Yes. All of this is going to be coming out in a new Hulu show called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It's pushing that on me, and I'm so tempted to watch it.
Yes.
Wait. So do they maintain that they're very religious?
They're Mormon.
They're Mormons, and yes, they do retain. So, Joanna,
but
I
they're
think,
like New Age Mormons.
you know what, Joanna, we're not explaining to Buzz. Buzz is probably not even picturing the TikToks that they got famous from. What are they? Why were they getting famous from these TikToks?
Oh, I'm familiar with them.
Okay, tell me what they were.
Don't know. I have no idea.
So you weren't familiar.
No,
so you don't know.
That was the other guy. That wasn't me.
Okay. Well, you know how like influencers get followers by
like
showcasing
trad wives type of stuff.
Specifically, yeah, I guess you could say, but not trad wife, no. But like, it was this group of moms, Mormon moms. And
I saw Big Love on HBO. So
no, it's nothing like that. It's
I gotta be honest. I don't really know what they got famous for, but they started this whole trend called Mom Talk.
They would get on TikTok. It's hashtag Mom Talk. They would talk about their kids, and then they would have each other in their videos. So it was a group of like 7 moms. They would be in each other's videos.
So it kind of made it look
Can you
like
imagine
they were
being
this
stuck on a plane with somebody who won't stop talking about their kids for the entire flight.
It's these people.
This has got to be like that. It's just
So they were
terrible.
They all got famous off of
This sounds awful.
the recipes and the snacks they make for their kids and the activities and the playtimes and this and that.
Right.
It looked
And it
wholesome.
just so happened to be
Wait,
they
what
were
kind-
all Mormon and they were moms and they were
What
like.
does that mean?
That's
What does
hard
that
swinging.
Oh, stupid.
Little S&M.
Anyway, so they're all friends. They're all in each other's social groups.
You just cannot deal with the sexy voice, can you?
It just takes me off the point of what we're trying to talk about.
It throws him off a little.
It just throws me off of like, yeah, go into whatever you're doing. I guess do that instead.
Oh, pay attention to Nico.
Okay. So they're all
very wholesome.
Very
is what it
wholesome.
sounds
Right.
like. Okay.
And so now they have this show on Hulu that's coming out, or I think it's already out.
It's already out, called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Because it started this whole thing, right, Nico?
Yeah,
where they were
because
like,
she came out and said this to her fans on TikTok. She said, we've been engaging with each other's husbands. The wives and the husbands have been swapping a little, and we've been doing soft swinging. And the other Mormon wives and moms tried to disavow the whole thing, and they were like, no. But then it all came out that they were getting divorces. Some of them were getting divorces here. Like, go on, and I'll.
Buzz
Thank you
has
for
his
raising your
hand up.
hand. I appreciate that. Actually, yeah, go for it.
I forgot what I was going to ask.
See, that's the
I
point.
need to ask it at the
I
time.
knew it was going to be so superfluous and stupid that I had to keep going. No,
you already forgot, Buzz?
Oh, can I guess what soft swinging
Yes,
is?
absolutely.
Oh, right. Here we go.
Letting your husband bang another woman, but you don't participate in it.
No, that's just swinging.
That's, I think,
No. Swinging is when you swap. No?
Swinging is when you swap wives. You don't have to be there when you swap.
Oh, I thought it was like, threesomes and foursomes.
Soft swinging.
All right.
Soft swinging.
Okay.
They only dry hump?
You know what? That's a good way of thinking of it. You're right. No, you're not wrong.
You see?
Yeah.
What, Buzz?
You said dry hump.
Yeah.
I don't know what other technical terms it
No,
is.
you're right.
That's the only term there is
It's
for
when
it.
it's when you consent
No.
to or engage in non-penetrative sexual acts with others.
What's the point?
While kissing,
Dry humping.
oral, or digital sex are allowed, vaginal or back shots are off the table.
So basically, like heavy petting, third base,
So,
rounded
like,
third, maybe
yeah,
headed for
high
home.
schoolers.
Also,
That's soft swinging.
also the partner has to be there.
Watching or participating.
Either or.
See, because
No,
that
no,
sounds
no.
more like
Either.
swinging to me.
You're thinking of the thing where like two couples get together and they do things at the same time.
Sure.
No, swinging these days is where you just kind of switch.
Okay, that's called cheating as well.
Not if both know about it.
Both parties know about it. Okay,
Right,
there's the
swinging.
distinction.
Yeah. So that's it.
But they're not
And
going all the way.
They are not.
because of
what-
religious reasons? Because I'm pretty
No,
sure that
just because they're saying these are boundaries that like us as a friend group. So all these moms were doing this kind of stuff with the different husbands.
Like, I'll let you dry hump my husband, but don't you dare have actual sex with him.
But you said that oral was on the table.
Yeah. Oral
and
digital, which apparently analog is not for them.
Maybe analog.
But the whole friend group blew up.
Blew what?
Blew up when this Taylor Frankie Paul.
I gotta watch this.
Don't laugh at your own jokes. It does not.
I'm laughing
No.
at Joanna's response.
No, don't
I'm
laugh at your
laughing
own. You're
Joanna's
laughing at your own
Nope.
joke. It's in bad taste. It's in very poor taste. All of this blew up when Taylor Frankie Paul actually broke the rules and started sleeping with another husband.
Full on.
One of
Full
them
on.
went too far. Wait, and then the other wife wasn't there to see that?
Who was the one who outed everything?
She did when she did it on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And
but all
How did
the
they
other moms
find
were in
out?
on it?
she blew the whistle on all the other moms.
She's
a lot
like,
of blowing
yeah,
going
I
on in
banged
this
that
story.
dude, but everyone else is soft swinging.
Yes, that's exactly what she said.
I gotta watch this show.
And so she's divorced from her husband. She is now with the other wife's husband.
And did the other couple just say, well, we might as well be together?
No, I don't think so.
I gotta say, I'm not all that surprised by these
moaning Mormon mamas. You know, Mormonism is a fertility cult, right? Remember all that polygamy stuff? Fertility cult. You know, they believe that they're going to get their own if you're a good Mormon, you get your own planet, and you have endless sex with all your wives, so you can inhabit it with your spirit children. They actually believe in that. So yeah, they're a fertility cult, among other things. Nice people, though.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Nice people, though.
That's what I learned. Of course, I learned it from a Baptist church that Mormons believe eventually, if they become good enough, they get their own planet, that they're God, and they get to be a god of their own planet. And if that is not true, then I apologize for repeating false information about the Church of Latter-day Saints. There. Covered my bases on that.
Well, I think we all learned something new today.
Please watch the show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, because all of them are going to be on it, even the one that outed the other moms. One of the moms her last name is Affleck.
Just like the actor, or just like the duck?
The actor, because...
Wait a minute, is she related to Ben Affleck?
She is the wife of his cousin.
The wife of his cousin.
So the cousin is
How'd that cousin get all the way out to Utah from Boston is what I want to know.
You know what's weird? It's like it's like a part of the family that I guess he doesn't talk to that much anymore, but she brings up that she's just like J-Lo all the time. So yeah, that is soft swinging.
All right.
Well, that's it. Show's over.
What? We just started. Yeah, well, the show's over.
That's the end.
That's not the end.
Why, yes, it is.
Right, that's the end.
And that's the end. That's the end.
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.